Said Anthony Perkins.
Bye-bye, Jenny.
I think there needs to be a treat.
Mama died a long time ago, but I wear her clothing.
Yesterday, Dr. Mark Chavez, one of the doctors charged in connection with Matthew Perry's ketamine death, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute ketamine in federal court in Los Angeles. The sentencing is set for next April, and he could get up to 10 years behind
10
bars.
years, man.
Yep.
10.
Currently, he remains free on a $50,000 bond.
They've got all sorts of evidence. They have all sorts of emails and documents, and these guys know it. That's why they're all settling.
He has surrendered his passport and agreed to not work as a doctor. His attorney, Matthew Benninger, stated Mark has accepted responsibility for his actions. The wheels are in motion for the medical board to revoke his license. He's one of 3 who took plea deals, joining Perry's assistant, Kenneth Iwamasa, and Eric Fleming, who prosecutors say helped broker the drug deals. Meanwhile, Dr. Salvador Placentia and Jasvine Sangha, a.k.a. the ketamine queen, are fighting their charges, and they have pled not guilty. So we will see. I think all these people are going to...
They're going to go away.
They're going to get it, man.
The evidence is too damning.
Yep, there's a lot of paper trail. Yesterday, Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi shared photos from their secret May wedding in Italy. Brown captioned her post, "Forever and always your wife," while Bon Jovi wrote, "Forever and always your husband."
Adorable!
The couple exchanged vows under a floral arch in front of family and friends. The photo shows that Millie wore 2 stunning bridal gowns, including a custom
Wasn't she sweating?
lace gown for the ceremony. No, it was at separate times.
Oh, okay.
And a short, off-the-shoulder satin dress for later in the evening.
It blows my friggin' mind. I've said it before, that little ego-loving girl
Yeah, that little shaved
is
head.
this elegant woman who, by the way, has a great personality.
She does.
The videos she does, delightful.
I follow her on Instagram, and she's just it's just so likable.
Yes.
Don't
screw it up.
John Bon Jovi confirmed the intimate family wedding, saying they're great. They're absolutely fantastic. They sparked romance rumors in 2021, got engaged in 23, and Millie later revealed that Jake proposed with her mother's ring during a scuba diving trip.
It was still on her finger.
No, I don't think. Yeah, it was horrible. So Jason Kelsey continues to branch out. He and Stevie Nicks are collaborating on a holiday album. The New Heights podcast shared a photo of Kelsey and Nicks captioning it, "The crossover we didn't know we needed." And Kelsey, of course, previously released the Philly Special Christmas in 2022. Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata raised over $1 million for charity with that. And then the second album, Philly Special Christmas Special, came out last year and had 10 holiday songs, including an original duet with his brother Travis called Fairy Tale of Philadelphia. That went to #1 on iTunes. So while discussing future projects, Jason hinted at including Taylor Swift on a future album, saying maybe not this one, maybe in the future. And he also joked about singing on one of Swift's records, adding, "I will do whatever Tay wants."
Are they going to record in Conshohocken too?
I wonder.
They should, man. That'd be great.
But there's
right at that Wawa without a bathroom.
There is a picture of he and Stevie standing together, and that's crazy. And there's microphones around. They're in a recording studio. So
2 things. I adore Stevie Nicks. And the second thing, he's getting really good reviews on his acting in grotesquerie.
This is No, that's Travis. This is Jason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is Jason.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah, I don't know if you started watching it or not. I haven't gotten to Travis just yet, but man, it's messed up. I mean,
it always is. It's Ryan Murphy. And,
it is? Okay.
That whole series is really messed up, and sometimes it's messed up in a good way. Mm-hmm. Well, so obviously Travis has saturation plus. What's Jason's status right now?
I don't know. You remember that time we had him on right after the Super Bowl? And he came here in the studio and he liked us a lot.
Yeah, we all got pictures with him.
We had a lot of fun. And,
I don't know we did. He talked to Bradley Cooper. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a friend about him, and they thought that it was a little saturated because he's, they're in all the Wawa commercials and all that kind of stuff. I still love all of it.
They're a cute couple. Yeah.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercial, and there's a lot.
And the Massengeld commercial.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
I've
seen that one. That's got
I've not
both of
seen
them.
that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just look. I like Jason a lot. I'm worried that he's going to be doing too much and seeing too much. It does people get tired of it.
Yeah, so we'll see. This was an interesting story. John Amos, we talked about him yesterday. He passed away in August, but the news was recently shared yesterday by his son, Casey Amos. But one person was seemingly not in the loop. His daughter, Shannon Amos. She says that she found out the news from the media. And is without words now.
You were reporting on there was this infighting with the family or this strange situation, and there were questions about how he was being treated. It
was a while back.
And if there was elder abuse.
Yeah.
And so I have to feel that this is all part of that.
Maybe so, because that was like a year or two ago, right?
Yeah.
So Shannon has taken to Instagram to share her shock at the news. She said, our family has received the heartbreaking news that my dad transitioned on August 21st. We were devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago, learning about it through the media like so many of you. She went on to share that she is struggling to navigate the wave of emotions and uncertainty surrounding his passing. She also shared her appreciation for everyone's support in her difficult time.
Sort of reminded me of the Casey Kasem thing towards the end there.
God.
Remember all that stuff?
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah. It can get very weird if you have people who have issues with each other. Yeah. So Reese Witherspoon is uber-duper busy as an actor, producer, and now as a writer. She posted on Instagram yesterday that she and best-selling author Harlan Coben are collaborating. She said, I'm beyond excited to share that I'm co-writing my very first thriller with #1 best-selling author Harlan Coben. As a massive fan of Harlan's work, I can't believe that he agreed to co-author a novel with me. She said the fact that he found my idea for this thriller intriguing enough to want to partner with me on it as co-author is a dream becoming reality. The book's title was not revealed, but it is expected to come out sometime next fall. So I'm not familiar with him just on the name alone, so I didn't look into it to see what all he has been involved in. But she's on board, which is pretty cool. Following a sold-out West End run, The Picture of Dorian Gray starring Succession actor Sarah Snook will open on Broadway in March for a limited engagement. The production's specific dates and theater are yet to be announced.
Is this a reimagining with the main character as a woman?
Well, yeah, and not only that, it's a one-person show, too.
Okay.
So Snook, making her Broadway debut, won the Olivier Award for her role in London. So she's
That's pretty cool.
Apparently killing it.
Yeah.
In this adaptation, she'll play all 26 characters using an interplay of video and theater. Snook expressed excitement for bringing the electrifying production to New York. I loved her in Succession. I kind of had
she was kind of sexy, right?
Big time crush on her. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. And best known for that role on Succession, she has had an extensive theater background as well, including performances in King Lear and The Master Builder as well. In celebration, I love this story. In celebration of the 25th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants, Nickelodeon and Paramount are launching the Krabby Patty collab. Now, I told you last week in the Connoisseur that Wendy's was going to be serving a Krabby Patty.
Yes.
Yeah.
But starting on October 8th, select restaurants, chefs, and celebrities will offer themed food items inspired by the show's iconic burger, including dumplings, burgers, and ice cream. According to the VP of Nickelodeon, they said SpongeBob fans will now be able to enjoy imaginative interpretations of the legendary Krabby Patty through this unique collaboration. Over 100 SpongeBob-themed dishes will be available in 250 restaurants across cities like L.A., New York City, Chicago, Miami, and more until October 27th. I hope there's something locally going on here.
Besides the Krabby Patty, what else do you remember from the menu of the Chum Bucket, right?
That was mainly it's the Krusty Krab.
The Krusty Krab, that's right.
The Chum Bucket is where Plankton has his. And you know what? That's a good question. They had mentioned a handful of other items throughout the series run. I can't think of them right now. But they were like some kind of nuggets or something along those lines. But the Krabby Patty is, yes, it's a burger. It's what they've always been promoting on there. So the Wendy's, as I said, is going to have their Krabby Patty collab burger and pineapple under the sea frosty through early November. The program is part of the ongoing 25th anniversary celebration, including new original content and a special titled Creep Away Camp. premiering on October 10th. I don't know what that's all about.
It's probably a Halloween-based thing.
Yeah. Gwen Stefani, whose birthday is today, opened up about her love for her husband, Blake Shelton, on yesterday's episode of the Jennifer Hudson Show. She shared, quote, "The thing about Blake is that you'll never get through a day without laughing. He has so much patience and kindness in his heart." She added that his humor makes her happier every single day. They started dating in 2015. They got married in 2021.
It's not funny!
And recently celebrated their third anniversary. She posted wedding throwbacks, captioning the pictures with "It has always been you." No, it was Gavin Rossdale for a little while.
Well, temporarily it was Gavin Rossdale, but it's most always been you. Almost.
It's always been you. That would have been better.
But it was Tony Canal at first, and then it was Gavin Rossdale.
Right.
You're in
But
there.
it's always been you.
You're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Wait, Nick, did you say lately it's you?
Lately, it's always been you.
So she has a new album coming out November 15th called Bouquet.
But the hit single is "You're One of the Men I've Loved."
It will include 10 songs featuring a duet with Shelton titled Purple Irises, by the way.
The dude is funny. His SNL hosting
Was it good?
It
I
was
don't
terrific.
remember.
They did a parody of a country song, Preston, that was sensational, called "The Wishing Boot."
Oh,
I remember that
you
one.
telling me about that.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
And it has every country trope in it.
Okay.
But it is this magical boot that if you wish on it, things will happen. Like you can find food in the boot.
Okay.
But he's doing the classic delivery of a country, and they produce it, and it's really well done.
Then I need to see that. I will check that out. DC has announced a new movie that will be all about Batman's sidekick, Robin, but actually two different Robins, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. Apparently there are several Robins in the Batman comic books, and DC Studios is working with newly founded studio Swaybox on the new movie. Dynamic Duo is what it's going to be called. The studio has a pretty unique style, which features a cross between CGI animation, practical stop motion, and live-action real-time performances.
Sounds like the Spider-Man movies Into the Multiverse.
Yep.
They used all different styles.
James Gunn said the first feature film from the visionary Swaybox, a mix of animation, puppetry, and CGI, is something special.
Is there a trailer or anything like that? They can kind of give me an
I don't think
okay.
there's anything yet.
No, they just announced that what it's going to be about. So ways off from getting any visuals from that. Paramount has announced that it's working on a new live-action CGI big-screen Rugrats movie. The setting will be live-action.
The Rugrats were huge for a while. Were your kids Rugratians?
Not big.
Okay.
They watched it, but it's not one that we, really dove into.
My brothers were. I remember when they were young.
The characters, CGI, will be CGI assisted animation.
Okay.
I guess that means they'll be in the real world, but there'll be real practical sets, yet some of the characters may be CGI. I'm not sure.
Hell, I don't know.
No word on which of the original characters or voice actors will be featured in the film. The original series aired in 1991 and dominated the network through the 90s.
Michael Madsen was one of the characters, right?
I don't think so.
I'm a Rugrat.
3 Rugrats films followed, as well as the sequel series All Grown Up. And Reboot appeared on Paramount Plus in 2021.
Dude, that's what you should do. Michael Madsen, Tom Sizemore, Nick Nolte. Are we going to go out and play or what? Shut up!
Gary Busey could be one of them.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Who took my cigarettes?
One last thing. Hulu has announced the return of The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives for a second season.
Have you guys watched any of
I've
this?
seen the
not.
trailers for it. Nick, I forget what I was watching one weekend, and they bombarded whatever network it's on with commercials for this thing.
Steve, you know how you occasionally dip in and out of like a Bachelorette world
Yes.
because you keep watching Wheel of Fortune, and
Right.
all right. So that's how I ended up watching a little bit of this. It is terrible, but hilarious, and all of the Mormon wives are super hot. and they're like swingers and stuff.
What?
It's really sexy.
They have like a TikTok account. They do these TikTok dances,
Yeah.
and they're basically living in the modern world.
Yes.
But,
They seem to be like the worst Mormons.
They're Mormon. They're not. They're not
yeah,
Amish.
but still, they have that's not typically their persona that they put out
Right.
there.
And they keep talking about it in the teaser trailers, Kathy.
Damn, Nick pulled up a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
of course,
hot.
It's a TV show. Did you think they were
I
going to
know,
take the
no.
ugly Mormons?
That's a separate show.
Ugly Mormons tonight on Hulu.
My sister-in-law is obsessed with this. She's like, "Did you start watching it?" And I was like, "No." She's like, you have to watch it. It's amazing."
Wow. Okay.
I think it's like it's like a train wreck that you want to watch.
It's like a Real Housewives thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The buzzworthy reality series has become the streamer's #1 unscripted premiere of the year.
Unscripted.
And sources close to the show tell TMZ that the cast begins filming the new season within the next week, and with pre-production already well underway in Utah. Also, fans will be glad to hear the entire cast will be returning for the sophomore season, despite or maybe because of all the drama apparently in season 1.
How much do you want to bet if things chronologically had worked out different, we'd be watching a reality show called The Manson Family?
Yeah, right? Probably.
Probably.
I just have to take this opportunity to tell you guys I saw the Book of Mormon this week.
Oh, yeah.
It is so funny. And Casey, Orlando,
Yes.
is I get it now.
Okay, now you get it.
So, have you guys all seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so
I have
good.
not.
Yeah,
Steve, it's
I hear
hilarious.
it's amazing.
You guys know I love South Park. I went to Casa Bonita. I went to that concert. It is just so good.
Well, the Broadway critics are always reticent to accept newbies and new people into their fold. A lot of them consider the Book of Mormon the greatest Broadway musical ever. Is that not amazing?
It is pretty incredible.
There is one scene in particular that I was crying laughing. It was so fun, and I don't want to give it away, but and I've seen it multiple times.
I want to talk to you during the commercial break then because I need to break it down. But it's at the Academy of Music this week, only till Sunday. So it's 4 days.
Nice. All right, let me roll some clips here for you, folks. A different man follows a man who undergoes life-changing facial reconstructive surgery and then becomes obsessed with the lead actor in a play based on his life. And here, Sebastian Stan talks about how co-star Adam Pearson inspired him on and off screen.
He really owns who he is. As his mom kind of told me one point, is I've always wanted somebody to know what it would be like to walk in his shoes one day, and this might have been the closest I've ever gotten to do that. So it was the awareness of that, and I think it is something I'll never be able to trade for.
So this is wild. You know the story behind this, Preston?
I do, yeah. So it's a facial feature that happens where your features are way enlarged and looks very, very odd. I forgot the name of the condition. I was reading about it last week. So he has this, and he goes and gets reconstructive surgery and fixes that issue. And then he meets this person who also has it, and he starts to regret the fact that he got this correction
because the guy who has it is getting all this attention and becomes this celebrity.
Yeah,
and the movie is a dark comedy,
right?
So, and you hear the guy who has it, the real guy. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, Adam Pearson is the actor's name, and he has this condition, and it should be. This is an interesting concept. I'm curious as to how this will go. A Different Man will be in theaters on Friday. Here's our next clip. Joker Folie à Deux takes place while Arthur Fleck awaits trial for his crimes and stumbles upon true love. And here, Lady Gaga talks about becoming Harley Quinn. Here we go.
Seeing Joaquin as Joker in general was really powerful. That was something I was able to really use for the character because she's so obsessed with him that I allowed that first fan moment to feel real and to kind of see how kind of long I could hold on to it.
I don't think I want to see it.
Joker Folie à Deux opens on Friday.
So she's getting great reviews. The movie is not. It's mixed reviews. They say better to wait for Joker Whoopsie Doo.
I got
instead of Folie à Deux.
I got a text message from Craig Legans last night.
Yeah.
He just saw it and he said Folie à Deux, more like Folie à Don't. So
really, and Craig usually likes almost every film, even the ones that get panned.
He's very accommodating.
Yeah.
But he even with the original Joker, he fell asleep.
Wow.
So I actually watched the original Joker again my second time.
And
I didn't need to do that. It is so unrelentingly depressing.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, I put it in like Eraserhead territory. Like it's
it messes with your head.
yeah, it's
quite
an
a bit.
unpleasant look.
Yeah. So the movie opens on Friday, and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's take a quick break. Come back in a moment. Don't forget your first shot at winning $1,000 less than an hour from now. We'll do it at 8. It's Good Money. We'll be back in a second. Stay with us, please.
Preston and Steve on.
Or being the proctologist, stick in your finger.
Holy hell.
If a grown adult wants a job, another grown adult is willing to give one for money, then let them. That would truly be a happy ending for everyone.
okay,
Oh my God.
The crowd loved it.
there is, I think, legitimacy to his claim. By the way, are we going there or are we not going there?
I want to hear. What do you think?
I like the way you
Casey started doing
becomes like a velociraptor all of a sudden.
His head was going left and right. Are we going here?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, dude, why is that illegal?
Rub and tugs?
Yeah.
There is that. This is an age-old question about the. In fact, right before the Magna Carta came into being, there was the rub and tug.
I mean, there is a separation of church and state, right? So, is morality a church thing?
Wow, this got a lot deeper than I thought. We were simply playing a goofball, but you want to work out whether prostitution or the sex trade should be legitimized.
Well, maybe we should put them in malls.
Let's talk about abortion. Let's lighten things up a bit.
How do we want to proceed into the next thing that we're going to do?
Well, I think we should. Where did Bill go? Oh, Bill, could I trouble you to come over here? I got to ask your opinion on the air about something. If you
Bill
could.
Weston, man about town.
He just goes, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Yes, well, the real reason we have rouged you into this studio is to offer you our thanks and congratulations, and allow me to read the words of Kevin Gunn, if I may attempt.
You certainly may, sir.
So, we call him the man about town. We kid him about his kitchen cleaning, dashing wardrobe, and how he presides over meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. He's always open to ideas, but he often reminds us that, quote, this is not a democracy. Probably a good thing, too. Can you imagine if the Preston and Steve show, me, Jackie Bam Bam, Jackson, Brent, and the rest of the MMR staff were left unchecked to their own devices? Or if there was no one to say, let's think this through? Or have you considered what might happen if, or the building might not go for that? Or are you out of your freaking minds? You want to do what? But there it is. Bill Weston, the adult in the room. He is our leader through a business that is open 24/7, 365 days a year. He has to deal with the creative types, the executives, the sales staff, the accountants, the consultants, the concert promoters, the bands, their managers, countless live events, listener comments, office demolition and construction, and it is quite a job. He does all of this with a measured demeanor, self-effacing sense of humor, and a wealth of experience and wisdom. This year, he has also taken up the additional task of overseeing MMR's 50th anniversary celebration and has done so, might I say, with limitless energy and incredible savvy. So, in addition to being the man about town, Bill Weston is also the man about music, the man about programming, the man about administration, the man about meetings, the man about sometimes saying no. In short, the man who's all about this radio station. And that is why, and probably to his chagrin, we, his staff, award him the well-earned and long overdue recognition as the Rock of MMR.
Go.
Thank you. That's no idea. And yes, to my chagrin, because this was something that we came up with to award to or recognize people that don't get recognition.
The unsung.
Yeah, this happens just a couple of times a year. This award is handed out.
Right.
It is a giant rock on a platform, and it's got the MMR logo, and then it's got little spaces for whoever might be the rock at any given time.
Yeah, like the Stanley Cup, the names are added to the rock. Right. And now we add Bill's name to that.
That's I'm touched, and I really appreciate the sentiments expressed in your missive. Who wrote that?
Kevin wrote it.
Yeah.
My
Thank you,
presentation, but entirely Kevin, who is a genius and brilliant and one of our great ones. He wrote the words.
Yes,
and
my
accurately
reward
described
is
it.
I get to work with really talented people who are in much better positions to act
stupid
freely and
freely.
Well, the idea, the words that Kevin put in there, you want to do what? Which mostly applies to you guys.
Yes.
You want to light a refrigerator on fire in the parking lot and then add 7 cars to the mix and see if we can cause a giant mechanical explosion?
Yes. That's
I
a
mean,
good one,
consider
too.
what we have done in the last 15 years to just imagine what he has said no to.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then tolerating a pony coming in.
Yes.
For
Well, he
Kathy.
didn't know about that one.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Some things you beg for forgiveness.
You just don't apprise him of.
I thank you very, very much. That's like I said, my reward. I was just came back from a long motorcycle trip out in California.
Right.
Actually went through Petaluma, Pierre, and I was telling these guys that I was hanging with, just regular guys, retired cops and plumbers and whatever. I said, I still love my job. I am blessed to be able to work at WMMR with people who care, and actually their first response to something that needs to be done isn't that's not my job. It's to how can I help? Right. And it's that kind of atmosphere that we have, and we involve our listener because they're an integral part of that radio station. It's a great thing. So this is very cool. I appreciate whoever took the initiative.
A complete surprise, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had no idea. I was over in engineering looking at floor plans. And Chuck says, we need you in the studio. I said, they need more time off. What are they going to ask for, more vacation time? Preston's complaining about too many live reads. I'm like, oh my God, what is it?
But the thing is, every one of us has worked for insane program directors at various times, and I think the nature of the job drives people over the edge, and for some reason it has not done so with you. You've retained this balance that even if you're pissed at us, you present it in a nice way, and you don't call someone while they're on the air and say you should never have done that. You wait until they're off, and then you take them in and have them strapped down. And you truly have this balance and this calmness that is in a frantic group of madmen and women that we are. You really are a father figure that doles out a lollipop when needed and sends you to your room when needed, but does so in this balanced, calm, and reasonable and nice fashion.
Thank you for saying that, Pierre.
There's really something extraordinary about it.
They say in teacher, sometimes you teach what you cannot do.
Right.
You guys do something that I wish I could do. I started out as a disc jockey and was pretty mediocre at it, So I respect and appreciate what everybody does and the talents in this room, on air and also in our programming and promotions department. I appreciate that. And
you get a parking spot now, too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It comes with a parking spot.
And one other thing, he's worked so hard on this 50th anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
He's pulled out, he's found archive selections I didn't even know we had, and I've been here for a long time. I mean, he found America singing A Horse with No Name. He found...
We had to steal that back from the guy who stole the tapes from us.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's found so many cool things and gotten, really worked the Foo Fighters thing and the Bon Jovi thing for these special 50th parties that we've had, and U2 and all these other things. And he's just, on this 50th alone, he's really
And the fact that he forged on even after learning that it's the 49th.
Right. Right, yeah.
Miscounted.
Yeah.
I mean, almost single-handedly ruined the Bon Jovi concert. I mean, I don't know anybody else that could do that.
That gave us a great story, though, for on air.
If you hadn't heard, we did a group photo right before the band took the stage, and they all have in-ear monitors and these little, what look like Walkman kind of thing attached to them, power pack.
I was wearing this jacket, by the way, and it got hooked on the button on my coat, and it yanked it out of his ears, and he gave me the dirtiest look.
They are seconds. I mean, he's in.
Wasn't Bill's fault.
No, it was nobody's fault. But they were like they were running on the stage and they stopped to do a group photo. And then in one of those bizarre Spinal Tap, truly moments, John's wire that goes from his ear to this little backpack that they all have in their pockets caught on Bill's coat.
Well, that's what you get for wearing a blazer to a rock concert.
I know. That really wasn't my fault. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.
All right.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Pierre.
Bill Weston, the rock of MMR and Man About Town.
He is the S.
Yep, absolutely. The ESPYs are stupid, but I didn't see it. Marissa, you watched it. How did Danica Patrick look? She was hosting it, right?
She looked good. You know who looked really good?
Pretty much all I'm concerned about. What?
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale
Of course
came
she
out.
would look great.
Why was she there?
Yeah. Is she a wife of someone?
She presented, I don't know if she's promoting something maybe, but she presented Best Championship, I think, which went to like
Best
the Astros.
Championship. Best Championship. That's a category.
Steve and I got up close and personal to Kate Beckinsale when we were in Hawaii. She was promoting the movie Pearl Harbor, and she was at that time, Steve. I remember us going, "This is the most beautiful human being that I've ever been in close proximity
You and I
to."
were like, like in Zoolander. We could not understand what is this thing? What is?
We're just hitting things.
I mean, it's like no human looks like that. And then you have the other end of the scale, two sloths like us.
Oh my God. She comes walking closer. We just start bouncing up and down a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay. Here, here's a gummy bear.
Then he calmed down a little bit. Our next guest is excited to be here. He was just talking about the Eagles' Super Bowl victory because last time he was here, Bo Allen was in studio.
That's right.
And they got to hang out together.
Bo Allen was like ecstatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pauly Shore is here with us.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
It was like Bradley Cooper against Mark Wahlberg, right? Is that what the vibe was?
Exactly. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hilarious, right?
It really was. Yeah.
It was great.
And Mark,
I was so happy for you. First of all, congratulations. And I'm not just saying
man.
that. I love sports. I'm obsessed with sports. So I was really into it, and I was so happy. I like that pass that he did.
Yeah.
The side pass.
Oh, the Philly.
Right in their face, dude.
No,
that was like straight up right in your face.
Yeah, they pulled out a trick play there. And
it was right in their
everybody
face.
out.
Belichick's like, what? He starts sweating, and then the big Samoan guy threw his headphones on. This is crap. What's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In LA, because here the sports celebrities they're the biggest celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like the sports guys, and then like your news anchors and stuff like that.
Right.
Like who's bigger out there?
No, I was. It's funny. I was at the there's an exclusive club called the Soho House.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the Soho?
I have heard of it, yeah.
So they're like in LA, New York. I was there and I saw. This was just 2 weeks ago. I saw Carmelo Anthony hanging out with Russell Westbrook, and they were just sitting there, and I freaked out. And I'm like, I love it.
Do they notice you? I mean, because you is there
Very much, Kathy. So I thought it might be nice to go through some surveys this morning because I saw one that was so dumb that it spoke to me.
Well, that's what I love about this. But I have to say, the whole initial conceit was you get these lists of very dumb surveys, and so we actually started doing them. But you've had a couple that have been pretty good recently.
Yeah, so I try to intermix the
good
actual
ones.
Substantive ones and the stupid ones. And we're going to lead with a dumb one. This was a poll of 4,700 U.S. adults, and they asked a question. Of the socks you currently own,
Okay.
All right, I'm in.
how many have holes in them?
Oh,
None.
Well, none for Kathy.
none.
For sure.
The second it even starts to wear, I throw it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just did a great sock purge, so I can say none.
Feels good, right?
It feels great.
Did you get rid of all of them and buy all new ones? Or
I replenish because I have these sort of athletic socks that I wear. I have my my longer white socks, and then I have a couple of the black socks for dress up. When I dress up, when I play big boy.
I'm the only one in my household who has a drawer full of paired socks, right? So people will come and purge my socks.
Bastards.
Well, no, listen, I've said, listen, that's fine. You want to wear my socks, that's great. But when you're done with them, put them in my laundry basket, and I'll make sure that they're clean again. And I came to this revelation the other day because I used to do the same thing to my dad. And I would go to his sock drawer. Yeah, I would go to his sock drawer, and I would take, because they were always paired, and it was perfect.
Oh, my gosh.
But you know what? You know what I just realized? My dad never knew that. He didn't do the laundry. He would open his sock drawer and there would be, so I don't have to feel bad about doing that because my dad had no clue. He had no idea.
I would never, rating my dad's anything would have been verboten.
So I actually have a sock problem. And I know this, and
Snorting?
I've tried to fix it, and I can't. If it has a hole in it, yes, that's an excuse. Great, I'm getting rid of it. But I have so many socks, and I don't really I'm not a fancy sock person. I can't get rid of. I'm I might need those 3 pairs when it's really cold. I won't wear those with sneakers or to the gym, but if it's really cold and I'm just at the house,
socks are relatively
I need those.
So you need a sock intervention then.
I need to Steve, they are cheap. But it's my drawer is full, and sometimes I have to squish them down to close it. I don't need that
Let me
many
ask
socks.
you.
I just have 2 feet.
Would you think of bringing some to Goodwill when you do a Goodwill run or whatever charity you donate to?
You know what though? I don't donate socks or undergarments. I throw those out.
Why not? Wait. You really should. You really should. There are
Really?
some people, especially in the winter, that need socks.
I mean, I guess if they're in good shape, but if
Absolutely,
they're
yeah. It's
okay.
listen, just because it's gross to you
This is not gross to
doesn't mean that other people won't go out and
You're
and use
exactly
them.
right.
Yeah.
Very necessary.
Yeah, but I would almost rather go they are cheap. I would go buy them and donate a new.
But
look at these panties I
But
got.
there's more use that can be gotten out of this material before it's thrown away, before it's discarded.
Give them to me. There's a sock charity in Phoenixville, and
Yes.
and it happens every year. We've actually plugged it on the show, and my mom helps coordinate it. So I'll take I'll take your used socks and we'll donate them.
It's solved.
Yeah, but the problem is I can't purge them. I don't know which ones to
All
let
right.
go of.
I'll come over. You let me go through your underwear drawer.
that's weird.
And
this smells weird.
That sounds like a lot.
Is that curry?
I sadly probably keep the socks with the holes in them for maybe a month too long. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's probably 3 in the drawer right now.
I will do it with underwear. Sure. But not socks.
All right, let me break this down. On the sock, if it is above in the ankle territory, the hole is, but anything down by the toes,
Yeah, on the sole.
then you got to get rid of it. You can be maybe a little lenient if it's higher on the sock, but the worst thing in the world is putting on a sock, having the hole catch a toe.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst.
Or when your toe pops out the front of it.
I don't
It's,
like it.
in the shoe. It's
Yeah,
so
it's gone.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, agreed. What I do, and this is kind of semi-satisfying when I'm going through and I'm sorting my socks after laundry, is if I find one with a hole in it, I put my fingers in the hole and I rip it.
Like Hulk Hogan.
No, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not going to darn you.
It's actually so I don't accidentally put it back into rotation. So I rip it fully, and there's something satisfying about ripping.
My socks are they're I do the Albert Einstein method. One type of sock.
Yeah,
so
me too.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I do that too, but I try to match the ones that are equally worn.
Yeah.
Man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's. I
Do you do
told
the same
it's
with
not
your
good.
undergarments?
It's not good. I need help with this, and I admit it.
You know,
that's
Kathy,
wonderful.
if you ever actually do start that foot OnlyFans thing,
Yeah.
you can
My socks.
you can incorporate the socks into
Yes.
it. You know,
He's right. You could model all your socks.
Maybe
Yeah.
I like taking my sock on and off.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Whoa!
You'd make so much money.
Why don't I have this account?
I just got tingly over there.
We told you.
I'm gonna take off this sock first.
Yes. I'm saying, man.
My
right.
panties smell like curry.
So, of the socks you currently own, how many have holes in them? That was the poll. We haven't gotten to the results yet here. So, 2% said all of them.
Wow.
4% said most of them. 10% of the surveyed said some of them. 23% said a few of them. The highest amount was 54% at none of them.
Here we go.
And 6% said not sure.
Wasn't always the case. I used to have a bunch of holes in my socks, but I saw the light. I saw the sock light.
Now, here's the other sock question that was asked. What do you do if you lose one sock of a pair?
I have a cubby in my closet that is that's for all the wayward socks.
Okay.
And
I like that.
If when doing laundry, I come across a wayward sock, I check the cubby.
It's a good idea
to see if there's any matches in there.
Yeah, that's a real good idea.
So I do not. I turn them instantly into puppets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will continually wash them. They go back if they don't get matched.
They go back into rotation.
They go back
It's
into
beautiful.
rotation. So
Wow.
eventually, if we find it, then it gets matched up.
Okay. So here's what people responded with. I'll go lowest to highest. 6% said, not sure what they do. Another 9% said, I never lose socks. 19% said they discard the remaining sock. 38% said they keep the remaining sock for a short period in hopes of finding a match. And then 29%, which was 38% was the highest, would keep the remaining sock for a short period. 29% said keep the remaining sock indefinitely in hopes of finding a match.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like you guys where I'll buy a whole bunch of the same socks at the same time. So if I lose one, I can pair it with one of the other ones that are sticking around in the
You're
drawer.
ready to go. Let me ask you, do you keep your socks in? Are there shoes that you will keep various socks in? No. Like I keep dress socks in my good shoes.
That's not a bad idea. No, I don't do that. I have a separate fancy sock receptacle.
Oh, I have mine's categorized in the drawer.
Of course it is.
So it's like,
By
like
what?
Well, like Nick, the white.
She names her socks.
Well, yeah.
Steve.
Okay, here. Okay, so it's my at-home. My feet are cold socks, and those are typically white with like a little color on them.
This is Chiquita and Bobda.
Yeah. John and Keita. Nick, then my white workout socks, and then my black workout socks, and now we're wearing ankle socks. So then I have ankle socks, and then I have my black like dress socks, and then I have the gray dress socks, and then I have colored and printed socks, and then I have a few kind of in the back, like the big fluffy winter almost like slipper socks.
Okay. Why white and black workout socks?
Depends on what color shoe I have on.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, Nick.
What are you, an animal?
All right, Rose has a good idea. Let me go to this call real quick, Casey. Hang on. Let me go to Rose. Good morning, Rose.
Hello from Fishtown.
Oh, welcome from Fishtown. So what's up, Rose? What do you do?
Even when you sleep at someone's house, when you travel for any reason, take the socks that are mismatched, wholly, the socks that you detest. Leave them at the hotel. Throw them in your friend's trash can. Do not bring them back with you. Use this method for any article of clothing. When you travel, your suitcase is lighter.
You're saying as you
Your
go
life is
out,
lighter.
abandon your clothing at neighbor's house, friend's house, or at hotels.
No, not at neighbors and friends particularly, but when you travel, don't bring those back with you. Also, about 15 years ago, Dr. Philip Maroon did a talk on 12 ways to stay alive, one of which was airports. He suggested wearing socks to the airport that you don't want to ever wear again. When you have to go through the portion that says take your shoes off, you're treading on the floor where other people's shoes have been, so there's E. coli. So he recommended not putting the E. coli socks back into your shoes. Throw those out. Just peel them off your feet, throw them out.
Yeah, I prefer to just not even worry about that because I haven't gotten E. coli, and it's probably not going to happen. But
I never heard that one.
Yeah,
now,
it's
now I'm
interesting,
thinking
though,
about it.
a way to discard some of the ones that you really don't care
that's
for anymore. All
interesting,
right,
yeah.
thank you, Rose. That's unique.
Interesting.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
thing that she said that gave me the most anxiety was wearing mismatched socks. I can't do it.
No,
like,
I can't
dude, and kids these days, they don't
That's
even
what they
care.
do.
They're
And these
like,
kids these days,
Mismatched socks.
I can't do it because my socks all match.
yeah, Nick Murphy purposely only wears mismatched socks, and I'm like, I couldn't
He's
do
a
that.
rebel.
Yeah.
Was it because he's colorblind?
I think it's just his thing. His thing,
Not
the
pattern
same way
blind.
that my thing is, I always wear matching socks.
See.
That's just my thing, you
That's
know?
his thing,
That's
man.
his jam.
That's his thing. He's always talking about it.
He's like crisscross.
Yeah.
Goes on and on about matching socks.
All right, so this was stupid but interesting,
Yes,
right?
I think it peeled off the
That-
layer.
I'll give you one of these,
All right,
Preston.
thank you. All right, we'll move on to another survey. All right, let's go with this because we're getting towards the weekend. This survey was about the Sunday scaries.
The Sunday scaries?
Yes.
You mean just the fact that you know that you're going back to work?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the weekend's about to end, you can't enjoy your Sunday because you're too stressed out about what's coming up in the work week.
It is, and I'm not going to say it's a struggle, but it requires extra energy to enjoy a Sunday the right way because you're technically off, and if you're in the moment, but there is that looming reality.
And
I have a fair amount
and we
I'm
love
sorry to
our
interrupt.
jobs.
I have a fair amount of work I do on Sunday. So, you know.
I think for football fans and fantasy football players, like the Sunday scares are even worse when your teams are losing. Like,
yeah.
And I play in 2 different fantasy football leagues, and when they're not doing well, and the Eagles are not doing well, and it's Sunday, it's just straight up depressing.
Go to bed.
Yeah,
I go through like a midday thing, and then I know that Love Boat is on the way, and then I get happy again.
Right, there's your sunshine.
Yeah.
Mine stems back to school anxiety because I would be so far behind especially in college, and so I'll have the nightmares on Sunday night and a Monday morning that I haven't gone to class for the entire semester, or that I'm woefully behind or whatever. But I experience Sunday scaries pretty frequently.
I will get like a little depressed if I don't have something planned. I have to plan something.
On Sunday?
On Sunday.
Huh.
Like,
you mean the picture you sent of you drinking margaritas at Plaza Azteca?
Exactly.
Last weekend?
Exactly. That was Sunday.
I'm going to arrange my sock drawer.
No, but like, like I took Jace to do the tree trails, like that aerial course that you climb through the trees, like that kind of stuff. That was a Sunday. Like if it's something like that, then, we're out, we're doing something. And then by the time we get home, it's like, okay, well, at least our day was, we had something to do and we weren't just sitting around.
So the best part of waking up as Folgers in your cup,
Right, of course.
is Thursday begins a good vibe.
Yeah.
Friday ends up being my favorite day.
Yeah.
Saturday is great.
Saturday's good.
And then, the way we experience time off is how late we can stay up.
Yes, exactly.
That's how we experience it.
So Sunday scares, I get them. But Kathy, distracting like a Sunday round of golf, that's great. I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
that will
like
make
it's
me
productive.
happy. But if you're lucky enough to not experience this, the feeling is described. Sunday scaries. 32% of those polled said anxiety. 17% said dread. They actually experienced dread. Yeah.
Wow.
But nearly a quarter of the respondents, of the 2,000 respondents, admit that Sundays are harder to enjoy because of the thought of a new week approaching. Those who get the Sunday scaries say that's because of the stress about what they need to get done during the week. That's 36% said that.
Do you know what's helped me mitigate the Sunday scaries is, and I've told you this, Preston, I've told a couple of you this, getting better at living in the moment. Like, you get tired of cashing in the now for anticipation of things you have coming up that may be hard or things that you got to get to.
Yeah.
So to say, why am I missing now for later?
You have to be mindful of that,
You have to be
right?
mindful.
Yes. But you have to, it's a deliberate thing. There's a line in a Dave Matthews song, Steve, that goes, "The future is no place to place your better days." And I try to think of that line when I start worrying about what's happening next Friday.
Live in the now.
Yeah.
Embrace your socks.
I think when Dave said,
That's it.
That's what he meant.
Second part, yeah.
On Sundays, my mantra, as soon as I wake up, if I'm not crazy hungover, is get it done. I know. Is get everything you need to get done now. Get her done now, and then enjoy the rest of your day.
Larry the Cable Guy and Dave Matthews are pundits.
But listen, Sunday mornings are pretty great. Don't you think, like, getting up, having a cup of coffee? Nick, I know you enjoy CBS Sunday morning. Like, I don't know, man.
It's on YouTube. Sometimes that's CBS Sunday afternoon. There are two Sunday mornings. There's the hungover Sunday morning, and then there's the, I didn't drink anything last night and I'm well rested.
Yeah. Would you say it's easy like Sunday morning?
Probably. Yeah, I think it's easy like a Sunday morning.
All right.
Well, now you know I have to do that, right?
I don't know.
So when Sunday morning is I will exercise early. I will do finish show prep, and then I'll take some. Going out, going on a hike, doing that stuff outside if the weather's accommodating. Your sort of Zen stuff on Sunday.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
I'll work out early also, Steve, and I sometimes even set an alarm because if I sleep too late, because I can sleep. I'm not still getting up at 4 o'clock in the
My
morning.
girl.
I don't.
Me too.
That doesn't happen with me. But I don't want to sleep too late on Sunday because then I can't fall asleep.
How late is too late?
I usually like to be awake by 8.
Okay.
Right.
I think 9 o'clock is a great pocket.
I have appreciated the quietness of Sunday morning. It is kind of nice around the house.
Why me? Easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah, man, you got that nice little deck area that you can sit out and maybe throw a fire on and sip your
An
international
early Sunday morning fire.
You do an early Sunday morning fire?
Yeah, why not, man? On a crisp.
I have
fall
never in my
Sunday
life
morning.
started a fire in the morning.
Okay, can
I
you
am
do it?
intrigued.
You need to
I am
do
going to
it.
do that.
You need to do it this Sunday.
Do you light a fire in the morning
You
sometimes?
never had a breakfast log?
I don't know. I don't live at your place. But if I was at your place,
I'd light a
that
fire.
little fire, you got a firewall. Do you not have a firewall?
Oh, you mean like I thought you meant like getting the logs. I have like a fake fireplace,
right?
Like, you know what I mean, electric fireplace.
And don't you
I have a gas
you set
fireplace,
your
too.
diving board on fire? That's your
That's what I do.
No, so my back deck gets a great amount of shade in the morning, and then probably at about 10:30, that's when the sun starts. But I don't know, on a crisp fall morning,
You'd like to have a little fire.
sit back there, hold my coffee cup with 2 hands, sniff it.
All right, by the way,
Rub it, stroke it.
to combat the feeling, people spend the Sunday scaries. People spend Sunday 51% binge watching their favorite TV shows.
No.
42% watch movies. That's
Yes.
my Sunday thing.
In the afternoon, I will watch movies.
Yep, I like Sunday movies.
It's just so easy.
42%. 42% say they sleep in. 31% combat the feeling with cooking on Sunday.
Oh, God.
People will meal prep. You guys have
You can't cook when you're drunk on margaritas.
Fresh, you meal prep on Sundays, don't you?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your bento boxes?
Yep, I get all of my lunch for the week together. Actually, that's kind of a pain in the ass, but I do it. I'm happy I do it during the week. And some go for walks to fight the
hiking, yes.
the Sunday scaries. So that's according to this particular poll.
What I do is I sit out on my front lawn and I yell rye bread.
Let's see. We're going to move on. Thank you for the people who are on hold. Who have? Do you want me to go to the calls?
No, yeah. Give somebody a shot.
All right, let me go to one of them. Let's see. I will go to let's go to Joe real quick here. Hi, Joe. Good morning, buddy.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good. What's up, man?
I used to want to kick babies and punch old people on Sundays. I hated Sundays.
Yeah.
But I came out with a plan a couple years ago. I do everything I need to do on Sundays. On Saturday and Friday, I clean the house. I'll do whatever I got to do, laundry, food shopping. This way, Sundays stress-free.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a pretty good idea. I should probably shift my Sunday chores to Saturday, like food shopping. Yeah,
I've dealt with food shopping. You got thousands of people food shopping on Sunday. Just they want to get it done. So I do it on Saturday, and I don't have to rush. I know I have it next day. I don't have to do anything. So, I make it a ritual.
That's a good idea, Joe. I'm going to steal that from you. I appreciate that, brother.
You got it, man.
Thanks. Yeah, so grocery stores on Sunday. Oh my God.
It's not.
Why me?
Press, I started to do the put gas in my car on Sunday, no matter what. Yeah, well, because that's what you do. You always
fill up on Sunday.
No matter how much you have in your tank, even if you got 3/4 of a tank. But I'm driving a cross trek right now, dude. I don't I just put gas in it yesterday. It is so good on gas mileage that I don't have to do it every single week.
That's good. No, I do. I top it off on Sunday, so it's not one of those. Now, it also depends on how much you drive during the. It's not one of those inconveniences that I have to. Oh God, I got to go get gas now. During the week, and it's just one less thing I have to worry about.
Saturday morning is my gas day.
Good man.
And I fill up that tank regardless.
Nice. All right, let's go to another survey. Last one we'll have time for because we got to get to good money yet. I'll mention this later, please. All right, so suiting up. People who own suits. A YouGov survey finds that 44% of Americans never wear a suit. And never. Yes, exactly. Like never ever. I don't know if they even own one.
What percentage of these people are nudists?
Yeah, I mean, even if they go to like weddings and stuff like that, they'll find something else to wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some people you'll be at a wedding and everybody's dressed to the nines, and a few will be like, okay.
It's getting more and more acceptable unless it is specified like a black tie event where people will get like a sport jacket or sport coat.
You're still pointed out though, like Uncle Joe is not wearing a suit again.
I hate wearing suits. Can't stand them. They're not comfortable to me. It's too much clothing. The jacket is a bit much. The tie, I don't like the restrictive of the neck. I think it looks nice, and it's nice to take a look and go, hey, I clean up pretty good, But after that, I'm done with it.
Do you know what I stopped like upkeeping my suits. I rent suits from my kabuchi.
Yeah.
It's so like, and I get like I'm feeling sort of John Wickish, and I do the all black suit because I wear them, Preston, so infrequently.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Is the tux different? Or is that considered?
The tux is different.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying,
it's even more formal.
I'm saying as far as comfort for you. Like, are you okay wearing that? No,
I think they're pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yep.
You do not need to wear a tie anymore. I think that's completely acceptable, especially at weddings or whatever. It's fashionable to not have to wear a tie, and I've mentioned this on the air before, but I'm going to bring it up again. Kathy recommended this place called Suit Supply. Preston, next time you need a suit, it's in the King of Prussia Mall. I felt like I was a royalty. They treated me so damn well. The guy named Ryan that works there, it was just a great experience. It was custom fit, and it feels like a good suit. Like it feels like I actually fit in it, but it looks good too.
I was talking with Joe Conklin last week. I was doing his comedy night, and he was wearing this blazer. And I'm telling you, like suits these days, it doesn't have to be the like stuffy. Like they have this stuff. It's almost like
the lighter material.
Lighter material, but it also like stretches like sweatpants.
There is an ad that keeps popping up on my algorithm for this suit that looks like actually a really well tailored suit, and the whole sell of it is that it is very light. You would not know how light a suit it is.
Nick, you mentioned that place. I'm going to mention Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Men's Warehouse in the Metroplex, because we just went by there. We got some suits for Parker and Carter and Caroline, because we got all these weddings coming up, and everybody hasn't had a suit in a long time. So we went and got them there. They were wonderful people. But while we were there, I went by the clearance rack and I bought a fun jacket.
Nice. Oh, yay.
I bought a fun suit jacket. It's kind of blue and swirly and paisley, and I don't know when I'll ever wear it, but it was on sale. It was like $30.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm getting that. So maybe I'll wear it in tomorrow if I remember, because you guys got to see it. It's so much fun.
I had a great experience there as well. Bennett needed a suit for a academic function and got great service. And you can do the thing where you like stand up on the ledge and you got the mirrors surrounding you.
I did that whole thing when I was.
I'm beautiful.
They opened the Men's Warehouse right over here, and I was there for the grand opening. I got fitted, and I got a new suit. Yeah, I loved it.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
So according to this survey, 17% of Americans hate wearing suits, 17% dislike wearing them, so about the same, but about 1/3 feel neutral about wearing suits. 17% like it, and 8% love it.
I'm not as claustrophobic in a suit as you might be. I'm fine. I'm okay with it. But given my druthers, I'd prefer not to.
You know what? When my son went to his prom last year, and getting him we took him to Nakabuchi as well, and getting him it was a pain in the neck.
Yeah,
he just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to be bothered. But I will say, when he put the tuxedo on and he looked in the mirror, like
something happens, right?
Something happened, like his confidence, like his smile, like he
Thank you for this, Father.
Yeah, he felt good in it. Yeah,
absolutely.
Casey, somebody texted in and said maybe the material you were talking about, the suit. There's, I guess it's called. Somebody said X suit. My husband just got one, and it's incredible, stretchy, but looks fancy AF.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then there's another one, like if you were to hold it up, it would almost look like it's mesh. Like if you not squeeze it, but stretch it out, it kind of looks like a meshy material.
Yes,
but
this
when
is
it's
the one that I get the ads for.
Yeah, that's I think.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to check that out.
I'm going to buy 9 of them.
So adults under 30 are more likely than older Americans, believe it or not, to say they love or like wearing suits. Isn't that interesting?
Well, yeah, it is. Do you remember the ritual of getting your first suit as a kid? When you, I got my first suit for communion.
Suit. Yeah.
Junior capers. That's what I had to get one for.
Junior capers?
Oh, you guys didn't have that?
No.
That was
like
dance thing for elementary school kids and early middle school?
No.
Yeah, you had to dress up for it. I hated it, and then it was one of those things where all of the boys stayed on one side of the room and all the girls stayed on the other side of the room. Yeah, it was terrific.
Yeah, I have no idea when I got my first suit as a kid. Do not remember that at all. But so among people who like or love wearing suits, majority say that they like wearing suits because they look professional. 74% said that. 68% says because it looks good on them. 58% said they are stylish. And 55% said they boost your confidence when you wear them.
Yes, I think you will carry yourself, as your son found out, Casey.
Yeah.
A little bit more authoritative.
Listen, I've taken some weight off, and so I don't mind putting a suit on as much, but I will say as a fat man, I hated it. Like, I hated everything about it.
It really depresses you when you have to purchase from the Chris Christie collection.
Dude, so when I lost the most amount of weight I've lost, I'm like, I'm going to go out and get a suit that fits. I'm going to look like Ryan Gosling, man. I'm going to have this tight, really. So I got that done. Now I've put on like 15 pounds. like I can't wear it anymore. So,
Tommy
but
boy.
I use that as motivation to maybe getting back and
There
getting
you
to
go.
the weight that I want.
Do you
to
have
be.
a Tommy Boy selection?
Yeah, right. All right, we need to wrap it up because we're getting close to Good Money It time. But I do want to mention this since we're playing the Family Feud music. The George family of Delaware County is competing on Family Feud, which is now, actually. When are they on? Casey says Tuesday through Thursday, October 1st through the 3rd.
Yeah, so Peg DeGrasse from the Daily Times wrote an article, and there wasn't an indication on which show that they were going to be on. But not only are they from
sloppy
Delco,
journalism.
not only are they from Delco, but they're from Rutledge, the smallest town in Delco, minus next to Melbourne.
So no idea as to what day they're on?
And Casey says they're first cousins, and they all live on the same street in Rutledge.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what street it is. There's only like 7 streets in the whole town.
Dylan Taranek, his wife Kelsey, Aaron Kinchy, and his wife Alyssa, and Jeff George, owner of GSG Construction Company. So, yeah, well, that's cool. Good luck to you guys. What?
Episodes at 7 p.m. on Philly 57.
But I don't know what day.
Yeah,
It's this week. It says October 1st to the 3rd. So good luck to the George family of Rutledge.
Yay, you won, or sorry you lost.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back in a second. And Good Money It when we get back in the Bizarre File. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Yeah, they're like, man, keep that guy away from me. It's scary. Man, that dude is scary. Keep him away from me. No, they all grew up with me.
Yeah, that's because you're
so there's like a
you
connection
lived
there.
your life actually from the MTV days and from the movies and from the access that you had. You talk about access and about celebrities and seeing celebrities and living out there in LA and on the Strip. And the Playboy Mansion you were a regular at. I mean, you have got the kind of stories.
I forgot about that part. That was the part that you carve out, those 7 years. You just carve them out.
What was that like in the heyday?
I just say the word heaven. I was very fortunate, very lucky, very blessed. My mom and dad gave me the most amazing life in the world.
Yeah.
And I grew up, right on the Sunset Strip back in the heyday.
I mean, that had to be amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I saw every genre, every band. From Iggy Pop to the Pointer Sisters to, X.
You seem a little, I don't know if jaded is the right word, but you're used to growing up with TV comedians,
No, I'm
actors.
a fan just like you guys are fans of people. I mean, I'm obsessed with Sean Penn. De Niro, all the great acters, Pacino,
We'll see
all these guys.
Celebrities who sort of blow that off or try to act as if that's not a thing.
If you saw me what people don't know, I'm just a normal guy, dude. You know what I mean? I just go home, I make my oatmeal. You know what I mean?
Make your oatmeal.
I smoke a little weed. It's California. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't say that here.
No,
Sorry.
of course you can. It's legal
it's
now.
medical. Pulled off the radio. Sorry.
No, we're good medically.
It's legal. My friends in New York are hilarious. They come out to LA. My friend Tony, they just pack up a whole bunch of stuff because you can go. You don't need a medical thing. Yeah. You can go and just
get it. You were in Moscow and Jerusalem. Spent some time there recently.
Yeah, it was my summer vacation.
First time?
Yeah, my first time ever.
I've always wanted to go. Always wanted to go to
or
both.
as the Jews say, Israel. But it was weird going there because it was basically every dude that I saw, I'm looking at myself.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm Jewish. You know what I mean? These are my roots, so it's kind of like it's kind of like just going back to, I don't want to say weird things. 'Cause I'll get in trouble.
Say weird things.
No.
Because I've always wanted to go to Israel. It looks fantastic.
It's great. It's actually, it's not what people think it is as far as like being dangerous. You know what I mean? It's very... But I mean, the geography of it is very interesting. It's Israel, and then you got all these kind of Arab countries surrounding it.
Yeah.
Heavily, though.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of Arabs that live in Israel that are very pissed off and bitter, it's hilarious to me, too.
Yeah.
Because they're basically... So do you know what the name of the Jewish money is?
Not off
It's called shekels.
Oh,
How
sure.
hilarious is that?
Okay.
I mean, that's so Jewy just to begin. Hey, can I get some shekels? It's hilarious. You know what I mean? But imagine the Arabs having to pay shekels. They don't, give me your shekels. You know what I mean? Because they're on their land. Like in the Arabs people's minds, that's their land. The Jews stole their land.
Right. Yeah.
It's all about real estate over there and religion and stuff like that. That's the big kind of, thing where people are fighting all the time.
But outside of that, it's known for incredible resort.
Yeah, it's kind of like Miami, or Brazil. I hadn't been to Rio or anything but like that. But Miami, where people are on the beach, and it's like that's Tel Aviv. But then you drive about 40 minutes and you go to Jerusalem, which is the holy city, which is amazing, which is the center of the universe. And I didn't even know this, but this is where Jesus Christ was crucified. I didn't know that. I thought I'm Jesus Christ. I'm not thinking he's Jewish and in Jerusalem, and you know what I mean. I'm just like most people. Like, sir, did you know that?
The Rick and Morty shirt.
Come here. Did you know Jesus was crucified in Jerusalem? You didn't? Where did you think Jesus was crucified? Come here.
I honestly had no idea.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, go sit back down. Sorry about him.
Because it's the Bible. It's
ruined
the
the
Torah
show.
part too.
I pretty much went there for my mom. I mean, that's why I went. My mom passed away. I was really close with her, and I wanted to just kind of like bring her to Jerusalem, and I wanted to be with her in Jerusalem because both my parents are Jewish, and they never made it.
No kidding.
They never made it to Israel. There's a lot of people that are Jewish that don't.
Did you
make
plant
it.
a tree in her name? Well, that's kind of an honor.
I didn't know that. I screwed that up. Sorry.
You can go back.
I'll definitely be back to Jerusalem.
Besides that, and besides all the other stuff that's going on with you're busy. You have your podcast. You have all these other things that you're involved with.
Yeah.
And to the point of the documentary, is there in fact a documentary in the works, or is that just hearsay?
No, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's got to be presented at the right time. It's kind of like my agents have to present it to Netflix and Showtime and HBO at the right time.
You're a pop culture all-in-one. I mean, you were at the center of a lot of what, like before a lot of the, I was reading an interview with you and you talked about running into Will Ferrell at some event. And, and he sort of gave you a lot of credit. Tell me what he told you.
Yeah, it was a Funny or Die event. It was like the birthday of Funny or Die, which is his website, which I do a lot of stuff with them. And
Adam McKay, too.
Yeah, and I came up to him, and he came up to me. It was just like, and he started mimicking me, and he started kind of like saying that I started it, and, kind of, you know what I mean?
So he was a fan.
That's nice
he
to
was
hear.
a fan, yeah.
Who's blown your mind recently about, again, like a Will Ferrell, or somebody just out of the blue, or somebody that you thought you weren't even on their radar came up to you and was a fan?
Oh man, I don't know, dude. It's too early for that stuff. I can't think. I like watching Donald Trump.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just because I can't believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything that happens in this, it's like it is a reality show.
Yeah.
It is.
We were talking the other day about there are so many reality shows that I just can't stand, and that people watch that they hate, but they still watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't know why people do that. My first inclination is to go, it's put me in a bad spot. Let me just change the channel.
Yeah.
Let me turn it off.
Yeah. You watch it in doses, and the whole Omarosa thing is hilarious. Like she was taping people. I'm going to tape this. I think I'm going to tape this conversation. It's hilarious.
Did you ever run into her? Because you've done your share of reality
but I knew
stuff.
Donald Trump from back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, because he was always around the girls.
And he was at the mansion occasionally, right? Yeah.
And also Hawaiian Tropic down at spring break.
Right.
with Ron Rice. Hilarious. Vince Neil. It was Vince Neil. It was Jim Kelly. It was OJ.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? It was
the story.
Fabio.
Oh, my God.
It was the best.
That's amazing.
Dude, I want to see this documentary.
It was the best.
We had Fabio in here. He was awesome.
He was cool.
He was awesome.
Cool, right?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Fabio understands Fabio. He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly, OJ,
amazing,
and our current president,
and
you,
and Fabio,
and Fabio,
and Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore.
They didn't like me because I was getting all the babes, you know? They're like, get that guy out of here. Spatch, bro, spatch.
I remember watching those and seeing you, and you were hosting contests and all that stuff, and I'm like, this guy's just swimming in it. Just swimming in it.
That's how it was.
I know.
Back then. That's how it was.
What's happening now?
Now I'm just chilling, bro. I'm watching CNN, you know?
Once you've starred in a movie that's nominated for an Oscar, it's safe to say that you're famous, right?
Yeah.
Well, Saoirse Ronan, who is 24 years old, still doesn't feel famous, though. Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah.
I love her and the accent.
It's wonderful.
She's just thinking.
It's such a garden party, asking inappropriate questions to Meghan Markle.
I love how they drop the G on ING words. Ronan continued saying she avoided reading about herself. She said,
I was farting.
What was that sound?
I was farting. Farting hard. You just know that'd be adorable. Just outside, standing in the glen, farting.
In the glen.
The glen. The morning dew collected on the leaves and grass. Yeah. And just decided it'd be a good time for farting. It does sound better, doesn't it?
Oh,
It does.
oh, it needs to be a
Where
song.
were you, Auntie Saoirse? I was outside farting, dear. Farting hard.
There needs to be a song called Farting in the Glen.
Farting in the glen.
I want to let Marissa vent for a moment because she posted something on Instagram yesterday. I got a lot of response. I thought it was kind of interesting. And there is a movement right now to phase out some plastics that we use in the world to maybe cut back on things that don't biodegrade, and they're clogging up, they're getting out in the water, in the oceans, or they're filling up landfills and so on and so forth. I know they're actually in the UK, there's a big movement to get rid of the plastic tampon applicator.
Yes.
And
going back to wood.
No. Clock. Exactly. So therefore, we return into the fray, and before we do anything else, we have a chance to win $1,000 right now.
93.3 WMMR Philadelphia.
It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
That word would be reveal. REVEAL. And you have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. 3 ways for you to do so. Enter it at WMMR.com or through the MMR app. Or you can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. Then, one random entry will win $1,000 in our company-wide contest. Each winner will get a call from Beasley, so make sure you answer your phone. There are contest rules available at WMMR.com, and we thank our fine sponsor of the event, Horizon Services, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. So the word again is reveal, REVEAL. Make sure that you enter that right now. Before we do anything else, let's take a look at traffic. See what's up this morning. Kathy, what do you have?
We still have the jackknife tractor trailer on the New Jersey Turnpike southbound at Burlington Mount Holly, exit 5. It's in the left lane, and it is causing a big backup as people are still trying to pass by it. The trailer broke, and the packages from the trailer were on the roadway. So they're in the process of trying to clean this all up, but you are sitting if you are in that delay. That is what it is. Route 29 northbound, so it's 129 to Cass Street. On the 42 freeway northbound, that's slowing 41 to 295. 55 northbound backs up from Deptford to the 42 freeway. Blue Route northbound jams 95 to the Media Bypass. Southbound slows Ridge Pike to the Schuylkill Media Bypass to Baltimore Pike. 95 southbound jams Cotman all the way into Girard. The Vine westbound slowing 95 to Broad Street. Eastbound the Schuylkill to Broad. Schuylkill eastbound slows 202 into Belmont. The Boulevard to the Vine. Westbound Fair Avenue to the Vine. The Boulevard to Belmont, and then the Blue Road out to Gulf Mills. This traffic report brought to you by Wawa. Wawa has classic hoagies for just $6, whether it's cheesesteak, meatball, or Italian. Get any classic hoagie for just $6. Gotta have a Wawa. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you this morning by Liberty Safes of New Jersey, Route 73 in Mount Laurel, and now at 500 Horizon Center Boulevard in Hamilton Township. Shop online at libertysafesnj.com. We'll begin with this story. An unexploded U.S. bomb from World War II that had been buried at a Japanese airport exploded yesterday, causing a large crater in a taxiway and the cancellation of more than 80 flights. No injuries. There were no aircraft nearby when the bomb exploded at Miyazaki Airport in southwestern Japan.
What caused it to detonate?
It was a 500-pound U.S. bomb, and there was no further danger. They were determining what caused its sudden detonation, so no word on that yet, Steve. But a video recorded by a nearby aviation school showed the blast spewing pieces of asphalt into the air like a fountain.
Wow.
Videos broadcast on Japanese television showed a crater in the taxiway, reportedly about 7 yards in diameter and about 3 feet deep. The airport was built in 1943 as a former Imperial Japanese Navy flight training field from which some kamikaze pilots took off on suicide missions. A number of unexploded bombs dropped by the U.S. military during World War II have been unearthed in that area before.
Yeah, they keep finding them.
But this one actually detonated. Wow. A 2-year-old child was briefly trapped inside an Amazon locker in the Sandpoint neighborhood of Seattle on Sunday, according to the police. It was about 4:40 p.m. 911 received reports of a child trapped in an Amazon locker. A spokesperson for the police said the 2-year-old was playing with his sibling when he accidentally got stuck inside the locker.
Yes, is my order in yet?
Police said that the child got out safely and was not injured.
Wow.
You've seen those,
yes.
You've seen these lockers,
Absolutely,
right?
for people who don't want to take the deliveries at home.
Yeah, so at this time, it's not clear how the child escaped from the locker, but Amazon noted the lockers have highly visible levers inside, which allow them to be opened from the inside.
Well, that's good.
So maybe the kid was able to, figure that out. Property managers at Amazon locker locations also have complete access to open any doors at their location. But yeah, pretty well. All right. Saved this one. How about this?
Okay.
In an unprecedented case report, doctors in Austria have documented the first known instance of psilocybin-induced penile amputation.
Oh, man.
After consuming a quantity of magic mushrooms, a 37-year-old man suffering from depression and alcohol abuse severed his penis with an axe.
With an axe?
Fortunately, doctors were able to reattach part of the amputated organ.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly. So this is a pretty detailed...
It looks like a harmonica.
Pretty detailed story. The case report published by doctors at Hospital Feldkirch in Austria outlines shocking details of a 37-year-old man who consumed a large dose of psilocybin and then, during a severe psychotic episode, amputated his penis with an axe. He had a history of depression and alcohol abuse, ingested 4 or 5 dried psilocybin mushrooms while staying alone in a secluded vacation home. Not long after taking the shrooms, the man began to experience terrifying hallucination or delusion, which led him to take an axe and sever the penis into multiple pieces.
Oh, my God.
The details of the event were unclear to the patient as he did not fully remember what had occurred.
Did I do that?
The man reportedly tied a piece of cloth around his genital area to control the bleeding and then placed the severed parts of his penis in a jar filled with snow. He then left the house, bleeding profusely, in search of help.
Kathy, that sounds like a holiday activity.
A passerby found him in a confused state and called for emergency services. The man was transported to a nearby village and later to a hospital, arriving approximately 5 hours after the amputation.
It's amazing he didn't bleed out.
Absolutely. Upon arrival, the patient was in critical condition, having lost a significant amount of blood. He was immediately taken into surgery where doctors worked to stabilize him and control the bleeding. His penis was contaminated with soil and snow.
The worst kind of...
And parts of the organ were severely damaged. Surgeons were able to save the glands, which is the tip area, and about 2 centimeters of the penile shaft.
There goes the porn career.
But the other sections were too damaged to be repaired. Remarkably, replantation was successful despite the significant challenges posed by the patient, the extent of the injury and contamination.
Sadly, your penis will always have snow on it.
His condition improved after the surgery, although he continued to suffer from severe psychotic symptoms, including auditory hallucinations and religious delusions. He was placed under psychiatric care, and his treatment included antipsychotic medications to help control the hallucinations. His mental state gradually stabilized, and after a week, he was moved back to the urology department to continue recovery. In the weeks following, he experienced some complications, but he healed over time, and remarkably, he was able to regain some erectile function within 3 months of the surgery, though the overall length was significantly reduced due to the damage. While this case is the first documented instance of psilocybin-induced self-amputation, it brings attention to a broader phenomenon of self-mutilation during psychotic episodes, particularly among individuals with underlying mental health conditions.
You've had a number of stories where guys have mutilated their own genitalia on some sort of chemical.
Known as Klingsor syndrome, these rare but extreme events often involve self-inflicted injury to the genitals and can be associated with a range of psychiatric conditions from schizophrenia to substance-induced psychosis.
So this is named after that character in MASH?
Yes, Klinger. No, it's Klingsor syndrome. Pretty wild, right?
That is terrifying, really, that that'd be the first place you'd go.
Yeah. All right, and then we have time for another one, and we'll wrap it up with this. A Texas judge placed a mother in handcuffs after she appeared in court wearing shorts and was seen taking a photograph using her cell phone. Video of the incident between District Court Judge Stephanie Boyd saw the woman being reprimanded by the judge for her choice of attire and breaking courtroom rules using her phone. Viewers initially see the woman approach the bench wearing a blue blouse and white shorts as she is summoned by the judge. She said, "You come forward." This is Judge Boyd. And the judge demanded her. She said, "Why are you in this court in shorts?" And the woman said, "I'm sorry, I've never really been in court." But there's little sympathy from the judge, who asked her to immediately hand over her phone. Boyd then summons court deputy to come over and ask him to delete the picture that she is accused of taking. She said, "Who are you taking photos of?" And the woman said, "Oh, I was just letting my daughter know my son's okay." And she says, "No, my question is, who were you taking photos?" Mm-hmm. And she said, "My son, Rick, who he appeared to be the defendant in the court case." The judge's mind appears to be made up with her calling over the courtroom deputy to place her in handcuffs while asking him to delete the last photo the woman had taken on her phone.
Wow.
She said, "Turn your phone over to the deputy, leave your phone open, and do not close it." And then she said, "Deputy, if you will put her in cuffs, since you want to be the next to her son, put her in the box." And the judge ordered as the officers places her in plastic hand ties. She said, the woman said, "I apologize, ma'am. I didn't know." And she said, "I appreciate your apology." The video has gone viral online. Many calling into question the judge's own judgment, but others appeared to understand the situation that the judge was in. That seems a bit harsh.
A little harsh, but you could not have your cell phone on or be taking pictures inside court.
Yeah, I guess so. But they put her in cuffs.
That's a
bit much. So, all right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you this morning. As we have mentioned, the weather is going to be exemplary this weekend, and it's perfect because Steve, you're part of an event that is annually had some dicey weather situations.
It's had completely crappy weather so many years, and we always bemoan the fact that Mother Nature doesn't play nice. Not so this year.
It is the Paws Mutt Strut, and we would like to welcome this morning to speak about all the events you can participate in. We have Corey Topel, who is here this morning. Good morning, Corey. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So this is how many years, Mutt Strut? It's been going on for a while now.
18 years, believe it or not. It's our 18th annual Mutt Strut this Saturday, October 5th, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
It's been growing, which is great. It is a terrific event, and the thing is, it's at the Navy Yard, which is a perfect place for it because it is growing, but it's out, obviously in the elements. But I think we're going to have a glorious Saturday event.
We're manifesting good weather, good vibes. Like I said, it's going to be our biggest and best year yet. For folks who might not be familiar with Paws, we are a nonprofit animal welfare organization. We're dedicated to saving Philly's homeless and at-risk pets. We're the city's largest rescue partner and provider of affordable vet care for pet owners. And each year, through pet adoption and foster programs, we find homes for thousands of cat, dogs, and small animals, but we also provide families with the resources they need to keep their beloved pets at home.
It's a big issue. It's a big issue, and Paws has been on this, and a lot of the other ones are doing it as well because of the economy, because whatever your state is, a lot of people are really struggling. And sadly, one of the first things they do is they return the pet in, they bring it to the shelter or whatever. Sometimes they just abandon a pet. But if you can give them the resources to take care of the pet at home, sort of like a bridge thing to get them past, tough times or whatever, that's great. And you can help support all of that by coming down to the Mutt Strut. And there's all sorts of things going on around the parade ground there. What can we expect?
Sure, that's right. So it is a fall-filled fun festival. We're going to have, of course, the scenic strut across the Navy Yard,
which is the pièce de résistance.
Yes, of course, kicked off by the Mummers, but we're going to have live music. We're going to have food trucks, hundreds of dogs dressed up for a costume contest. It's the spookiest time of year.
It's also a great opportunity to come out and see some pissed off dogs.
Absolutely.
Having to get dressed up.
They just love it.
I mean, if you're a dog person, this is the place to be. Just imagine it's going to be good weather.
Yeah.
Again, we're manifesting that for Saturday. Waking up on an idyllic Saturday morning. Suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by hundreds of dogs in Halloween costumes.
It is cute.
It's heaven.
It is cute. And we did the contest is cute. And then they have things like the obstacle course.
Yes.
Which is for, you can put your dog through that. And there's all sorts of, there's adoptions going on as well.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that we're going to have an obstacle course, the agility course. We're going to have an Ask the Vet booth. Ask the Trainer, an enrichment zone. This is also a family-friendly event, of course, so we want to encourage folks to bring their full families. Stuff for kids. We're going to have arts and crafts tables, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's that entire main ground there is covered with it.
Do you just show up and go, or do you have
Sure.
to get tickets, or how does it work?
Yeah, so tickets are currently available. They're affordable prices for the whole family, so you can go online right now to still buy tickets.
And you would go to
pawsmuttstrut.org.
Okay.
Or if you just rather roll out of bed on Saturday morning, you might wait in a little bit of a line. There are hundreds of folks that come out every year to join us, but tickets will be available.
Nice. And so pulling into the Navy Yard, how do I know where to go? Is there going to be signs, or?
You can't miss us.
Okay, good.
It's at the Marine Parade Grounds, It's 4747 South Broad Street, but you really
there's
can't
signs
miss us.
all over the place.
Signs all over the place.
Volunteers.
Folks to help you park. Free parking. All the more reason to come out and
So
join
it's
us.
going to be me, and it's going to be Sue Serio. We love Sue's always out of these things. Our own Kristen Herman from our sister station, Ben, and QBC's Jennifer Kofi, who did the Coldplay thing last night.
She did.
Yeah.
We love Jen. She's also a fellow cat lover. Steve, I know
Yes,
you're a cat guy.
yes.
We love that. But it's a great Master of Ceremonies lineup, and we're really excited to have all of you there with us.
We're looking forward to it.
All right. So tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m., goes till 3 or whenever.
Saturday.
I'm sorry, not Saturday.
That's
Tomorrow.
okay.
Saturday.
We're jumping
yeah.
the gun. Saturday, October 5th. It does kick off at 11 a.m. this year. So again, this is our 18th year. We're hosting the Paws Mutt Strut. In previous years, it started at noon. This year, we're starting a little bit earlier. Think of it as a pre-game to the Phillies game.
Well, also you can come down, participate, and then and do other things you have to do for the Saturday. It's going on, but you start early, and then you
Exactly.
can
11 to 3.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. Good luck. It's going to be great. And we appreciate what you guys do, Corey.
Thank you so much.
Corey Topel. Note about Corey, she visited us when she was a senior in high school in our Y100 days. So, all right, with that, let's take a quick break and come back in just a moment. By the way, all those details, we have that available at WMMR.com, PrestonandSteve.com. If not, we will. Marissa, don't know. Yeah, she says thumbs up. Excellent. There's so much stuff on there. I don't know everything that's on there. I
have no idea.
It's out of hand. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Like George Washington's teeth. Martha Washington used wooden tampons. And they were not effective.
Well, they were balls, though. They were very
They were
absorbent.
balls, a little absorbent. They left rings.
But the applicators, I saw Alice Eve, because I follow her on Instagram, had posted a video of trying to end that. So they would go with like a cardboard or paper or something.
My thing with these floating garbage farms that are in the oceans is that and so many times they kill sharks, Case.
Oh.
So there's
some good we might be overlooking.
Okay. That's what they're trying to eliminate, stuff like that. And I can get it. Your thing sort of actually, believe it or not, Marissa, hit home to me because I think I have a level of passion about what you're talking about.
All right. Since I was a little kid, like I'm thinking like second grade, because I was in school in the 90s and there was a big push to not have the refrigerator open for too long, to turn off lights, to make sure that you turn off water,
Yeah, don't let the
conserve
faucet
water.
run, yeah.
Yep, while you're brushing your teeth. I followed all those. It's stuck through my life. I walk whenever I can. I take public transportation.
You're like a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
Exactly.
now.
I will do anything to save the earth. It's just second nature to me. I don't even think twice. I recycle, I reuse. But when I drink a vodka water, I want to be able to mash the crap out of the lemon and lime that come in my drink. And with these gosh darn paper straws, they get destroyed. And then I have this mushy straw in my drink. and it pisses me off.
So the gist of it is you do not like the paper straws because you do not believe they are resilient enough.
No, they suck.
Okay.
Whoever's making them, they have no integrity and they fall apart. And I just want a plastic straw. I'm sorry. I love the turtles.
Why not
I
just
love.
use a spoon?
Well, hang on,
Yeah.
Steve. I would. This is the only time I've ever asked to do this. Can I come over there and borrow your reverb for a moment?
Yeah, please. Oh, my God, it's a pleasure.
Hold on, turn it off just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, this sounds like a first world problem.
But we took a long journey to get to the point that Marissa doesn't like paper straws.
I just had a realization, Preston. This is probably something that like I deal with 3 or 4 times a week. Is that more of a first world problem?
Yeah.
That I probably have a vodka water 3 or 4 times a week.
Well, your alcohol addiction might be the bigger issue here.
No, the raging alcoholism is a secondary issue. The waking up in alleyways and
so I listen. We were
errant knife fights.
Have you ever seen people drink sodas or anything that comes in a bottle out of a straw? You put the straw in the bottle.
Yes. Yeah.
I think part of the now. Do women sometimes, Marissa, opt to not drink out of a bottle or right out of a glass because of lipstick and a straw instead?
Well, lipstick or staining your teeth, all of those things. Or my mother would never drink anything out of a bottle. Like that would, like, for me, like when you see a bride,
vulgar?
like, I don't know. There's just time and place for that, and I think.
She'd take the bottle, go over to the windowsill. There we go.
I love opening bottles that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a great scene in Overboard where Goldie Hawn comes back.
That's exactly what I
She's
thought of.
opening the beer that way.
Yeah.
I try. That hurts your hand.
Do you think guys would drink beer out of a bottle if the top of the bottle looked like a little? Wait, I probably shouldn't say it out loud.
Okay, I was. You guys would drink it.
I got a question. Yes, Casey, something you want to tell the class? You think guys drink stuff out of beer but look like a vagina?
No.
He's saying
I
the
was
other
going male
thing.
part.
If it
Well,
looked like a-
Opposite, every bachelorette party ever would buy those bottles of beer.
Right?
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sure there are things that are similar, you know. But they, you know, people get picky about the taste of the stuff in the can and the bottle if it affects the taste, you know.
Yeah.
And straws are just one more step.
Those are things you think about, huh?
Oh, it's just what, you know.
Dear diary, I wonder if men would drink out of bottles.
Yeah, stop it.
If it looked like penises.
Somebody in this room had mentioned chocolate tampons earlier, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I was trying to help the health industry. and there's an obvious cooperative between Hershey's and
okay.
Tampax.
Well, Marissa has had it. I thought you would get more support on the phones, Marissa, to be
Not a
honest,
one.
on the paper straws, and it's not really happening.
You're a complainer.
I got a lot of hands up emojis on my Instagram, so I got.
The hell does that mean?
I don't know. People were
Give
like,
up.
praise. Yes,
Give up.
word.
Put your hands up.
Give up your
stop.
stupid
Give it
cause.
up. Yeah.
No.
Praise.
No, like word girl, we support you.
Word girl. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen,
It reminds me of Pat Boone's first day in Compton.
Word girl.
Word girl.
I just hate these goddamn paper straws. They're so.
That's it. Word girl.
That's it.
Word
girl.
Preach, girl.
Where is the Q in Q-tip derived from?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. It's technically it's a cotton swab.
Right. You would so a C-tip.
So I don't know where.
No one wants to put a C-tip in their ear.
I have no idea.
And by the way, Q-tip, you've done something to your product. You've cut some corners.
Are you talking directly to
Yes,
the
I
Q-tip
am
people?
talking to you, Q-tip. You've cut some corners, and I have noticed. But fortunately for you, you're still the best product on the market.
That's your fight song.
That's my fight song.
That's right.
1 second.
And I have noticed. Wait a minute. What is this? Is the swab part smaller?
No, the cardboard.
Medicated.
The cardboard is thinner. It's like they've shaved off a layer or two of the cardboard stick, and
Why do you go like this with the
I don't know.
cardboard stick?
I don't know.
The hell is that?
This part right here.
Okay, but
Yeah.
this
Holy
is-
crap, you have one.
Oh, I have.
Let me see.
Oh, Nick, you don't see it. He sits here while we're in the middle of breaks, and he cleans his ears.
You know what he's like, Preston?
Yes,
He's
you
like
do.
Hyman Roth sitting there.
I itch my ears or scratch my ears Because they get itchy, and I'm
Well, I don't care. Whatever. You're sticking that thing in your ear, and I turn over.
My ear, I got a little kind of thing in my ear.
Man.
There's usually something in one of his orifices when I turn and look at it.
I got a bit of a boogie here in my nose and my ear.
Pick an orifice. It stands for quality tip.
We're
Steve.
bigger than U.S. Steel.
Oh, did you hear that?
What?
It stands for quality tip.
Oh, okay.
Q-tip.
All right.
And so you've noticed a diminishment in the quality of the quality tip.
Yes, this should be less Q-tip, less quality.
How about SP subpar?
Everyone's trying to be environmentally friendly, so maybe that's a part of it, like the cardboard straws.
Oh, you know what? Here's a bit of trivia, and I did. I have heard this before. The original name of Q-tips were baby gays.
Now you're talking.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know it.
Can you get those delivered?
Stop it. Televangelist Kenneth Copeland has a lot of experience with planes. We've seen, him and the other guy. There are two of these televangelists that are really big into their aircraft.
They are really consumed with the level of aircraft that they own, and often the current plane they own is not good enough.
It just ain't gonna
because
cut it.
the Lord needs them to spread the gospel.
We were blessed to have an airplane that it was a Vickers Viscount.
A Vickers Viscount.
And a man on our board of directors owned that airplane. And his financial situation had come to the place where, particularly after he got born again, and a lot. I won't go into all that.
No, I won't go into all that. That's the religious part, and it bogs things down. By the way, if we're all not clear at this point, not dime one is making its way to anybody who's poor. I just want to be clear on that. And I know I can say that to you. God bless you all, everyone sitting here right now, and it won't matter. You'll still gladly open up your wallets and put that money in the collection plate.
All right, let me continue.
But that airplane had been parked for several years. And it was a 4-engine turboprop.
I mean, Jesus Christ, he sounds like
he's talking about
this. It sounds like you're at an air show. He's a preacher. He's a man of the Lord, ostensibly.
Airliner. So this was back in the days when George first came along, and oh man, we had fun in that old airplane, didn't we?
Oh my God.
They had an older sort of navigation system on that. I know that many of you are going to remember that they didn't have the triple GPS coordination system that you find in the newer vehicles. Did I mention Jesus yet or anything?
This is a sermon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we
there's a particular fuel mixture that I'd like to talk about. And then, of course, why you shouldn't covet your neighbor's wife.
Right. Yeah, this is in front of a group of his followers.
This is in church.
Or
whatever.
Televangelist.
Airplane hangar.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we put that thing back in service. We went through that airplane from head to from nose to tail, and they did X-rays of the fuselage and everything, looking for corrosion. And there was some. It wasn't all that bad, but there was the X-rays showed that there was some spots of corrosion.
Okay, and he's saying, okay, how can I
tie this back into what's my spiel?
Yeah.
Like the way your soul gets corroded.
Right.
Oh, good. Go with that.
Good. Yeah. All right, so he takes big, long pauses. Here we go.
And so I was praying over it. And
he's praying over the corrosion in his air.
Praying over it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So instead of going out and earning money,
I decided to return my faith to its upright position because the Lord's beverage cart had been stowed. Because we were coming in for a landing.
And just as plain,
listen to this.
The Lord said to me.
Okay, so this is God talking directly to him.
No fumar.
He's talking directly to him. Yeah.
The Lord said to me, lay hands on it. I'll heal it. What?
Listen to the people talk. And he says, what?
What?
Even he doesn't buy it.
I never heard him. What do you... Well, he said, Kenneth.
You're an idiot.
You're
an idiot.
He said, Kenneth, you're an idiot. This is your thing. You're all about the freaking planes. Give it a try.
He said, corrosion comes from the curse.
Oh.
Self-pleasuring.
Yes.
And listen to the people going, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Comes from the curse.
Comes from the curse.
He said, I provided that airplane for you, didn't I? I said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He said, lay hands on it. Okay.
Okay.
And I started.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, didn't he say that? All right, so this plane belonged to somebody else, and the Lord provided it for him at the.
Lord didn't have much use for the previous owner.
Yeah, the previous owner had
previous
come in a
owner
hard
could have
time.
gone down a ball of flames. The Lord would not have given a rat's ass.
And I started praying in the Spirit, and the more I prayed in the Spirit, the happier I got. And so I just went up, oh, man,
You were shopping for comfortable suits, weren't you?
I pulled up the X-Suit
Does it look cool?
website that you guys were talking about. Yeah, the stretchy suits. I'm going to look into that.
Yeah. Maybe we can get matching ones, like master slave. We can walk through the mall together and hold hands.
I can work.
Yeah.
We'll discuss.
Remember that you had a girlfriend that would con you into doing something like that? So,
No. I saw this article that I thought might be worth chatting about. Merriam-Webster dictionary, and we're headed towards the latter part of our year, so things like this start to come out. They have added 200 new words to the 2024 edition of the dictionary. And I love this because they do like to highlight slang words that are thrown in there.
Yeah, this should not be the case.
So they have added Gen Z slang words for this edition, and I thought they might be kind of fun to explore a little bit.
And aren't they celebrating the anniversary of the C word?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this the anniversary of it?
Yeah, there's a big to-do, I know, in D.C.
See you on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Is it on a Tuesday?
C-U-N Tuesday.
C-U-N Tuesday. Or, no, it was C-U-N-T.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's what Casey said.
Yeah.
See you next Tuesday. He goes,
so.
see you. Anyway.
Do they ever take words out of the dictionary, or are they only adding words?
Retire them?
Yeah.
A fairly good question. I would not think so, because once it exists, it's there.
Right. Yeah. Though, okay, I don't know. So they hoist the word up into the rafters and look, so everyone can.
But
I mean,
sometimes dictionaries shed a few words.
Okay, words go out of fashion, but they still exist.
Yes.
So
you can still use them.
Huh, interesting. All right, so here's a few of the new entries, and some of these I know, others, they're new to me.
You can't know every damn word, and you can't know every bit of slang, or that's the. Every generation comes through and puts their own stuff down, and that's it.
Yeah.
So don't think you're so cool.
Here's one of them, the For You page. All right, and some of these are phrases. They're not, words per se, or
this
one,
is words on
one single word. For You page. Anybody familiar with the For You page?
No.
All right, or FYP. It's a noun. And is a social media feed that contains personalized content based.
I can't read it. There's no words on it.
On the user's interest.
Oh, okay.
I think it can be applied to like what you might be watching on Instagram on a daily basis or whatever. All of this stuff sort of accumulates, and the algorithm targets it for you. Hence the For You page.
Same thing happens on YouTube. You'll have like a page that is sort of aggregating what it believes you might be into.
Yeah, like when you're on Instagram and you hit that little search button.
Yes.
The For You page comes up underneath what you were to ask.
Oh.
Yeah, that's your For You page.
Okay.
So apparently my For You page is a lot of mid-sized models. That's I guess that's my thing.
Wait, cars or women?
No, women. I follow this woman. I don't know why I do. She's got big boobs, I guess.
That's okay.
But her name is Iron Mom 40, and she's just this, this sweet little woman from Oklahoma who tries on clothes, and sometimes she's in her bra and underpants.
So comfortable suits and larger women.
Yeah.
That's that's one thing that I don't. Whatever. If
You
want
should
to
do this.
No, well, hold on. No. So I follow a girl that I love. I love her fashion, and I follow her, and she does the same thing. They're always in their bra and underwear, and then they get dressed. Like at some point, I'm like, you don't need to be in your bra and underwear every time. Just show me the outfit
to attract people like
what
me.
They're doing
Yeah.
but you don't have to all the time.
Casey, I have a friend named Scott, and his entire goal when he hits that search button on his Instagram is to have nothing but hot women in it.
Okay,
and he has achieved it. He finds that this is an accomplishment, and so he will send me screenshots. We should do that, actually. Send screenshots to each other of what your search section looks like, because it's a really good hint into the things that you like.
Okay, and I'm not knocking you.
No, that's fine.
I'm not knocking you.
Yeah.
Okay. No. But Casey appreciates more, as opposed to your friend who's going for all the hot girl page thing,
Yes.
Nick, is more average.
Sure.
Every day, this is a
girl next door.
And that's what she was. I think this lady was a nurse at some point, and now her whole job is trying clothes that fashions on from Amazon and stuff.
Right.
So how's she doing? What's her?
Well, she just had a pool put in her backyard.
Oh my God! Wait, my girl had a pool put in her backyard. I need to do this. You're right,
Kathy. Honestly, I'm watching the whole thing unfold. I'm like, I'm so excited for her. I'm like, the garbage. The backyard looks terrible right now, but man, in a couple of months when the turf goes in. And it is. It looks so good.
Casey, my girl moved, right? Got a brand new house, gorgeous, decorated it all. And then her pool just got put in.
It's so
and
funny.
her and her husband and her 3 sons are really enjoying it.
All right. So and I think this woman ended up on my radar because it was on my wife's radar. So then it ended up on my feed. It said, she liked this. And I'm like, oh, she's, And now
you're in love.
No.
No.
But I'm watching for the fashion. You're just watching because you think she's hot?
I don't even think she's hot. You know what I mean? She's just cute. And but Kathy, sometimes I'm like, nah, that's not the outfit for you, lady. I don't comment on things. I don't like things, but she tries a whole bunch of stuff on. I'm like, not that one.
Well, cute still. You like her because she's cute. Yeah. So that still almost falls under hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Attractive to you. So
and her pool.
All right, so so that's For You page. Here's another one that's making it into Webster's. Touch grass.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot this past couple of 8 months, I guess.
Like grounding yourself, essentially?
Go touch grass.
It says to participate in normal activities in the real world, especially as opposed to online experiences and interactions.
Enjoy nature.
Yep. So get out and be part of the real things
and
going on.
If somebody is being critical of someone who they believe is too wrapped up in the internet or too wrapped up in the facade.
You need to touch grass, bitch.
You need to touch grass, bitch.
Oh, touch grass.
Go follow a large woman.
Here we go.
They're mid-size. They're not large, but there are large ones, and they do the same thing with the bra and underwear.
Listen, the Zoftic look is in, and it's all the rage on Instagram.
And the reality is there's people out there, there's a market for it, right? So there are large people out there who need to see what this fashion looks like on somebody with my body size.
By the way, the movie The Substance, it talks about how we judge people and the physicality, and they make the point, obviously, that all this stuff that's considered, it's normal. We're in the normal world, and the people who are these Insta models are the anomaly.
Well, that is what makes them kind of stand out.
They do, damn them. Yeah. And they're the ones with the best pools.
All right, here you go. Nepo baby has been added. Of course, we know that. A person who gains success or opportunities through familial connections.
And I think that's been wrestled away from the realm of the pejorative. I see a lot of Nepo babies embracing that.
Yeah, I don't see it as necessarily a mark of shame or it depends. Now, if somebody is being given an opportunity and they are woefully unqualified to do so, then obviously that can be a problem. You know what I mean?
If you are a mega talent like an Olivia Jade, then you'll know.
Right.
She's the Varsity Blues scandal, the one who.
Do we know any any of Nepo babies personally?
I think you were
in this area.
I mean, like
Probably.
famous ones?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just this is not an example that fits, but like if Jim Gardner's son became the anchor at Action News, that would be a nepo baby, right? Like, are there any of those around here?
None comes to mind. But the case, the ones that I've seen sort of strangling it back from the insult are saying it's what you do with it. If you've earned it, you put the time in,
right?
And it's okay to have a little bit of a leg up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think in what capacity that would be around here locally.
None of your kids want to go into the industry whatsoever.
No,
literally
at all.
No,
I was a little hurt by that, to be honest.
Oh, we've seen what it's like. We don't want any of that.
I wonder if anybody in the Urban Outfitters camp is a nepo baby.
Oh, I guess you know what, Brian Roberts and Ralph Roberts from Comcast. That Brian Roberts is, I believe, Ralph's son, and he kind of took over. But Steve, I mean, that he earned it. Like he runs the company well. So I don't know if that counts or not.
All right, so that is one of the introductions into Webster's this year, nepo baby, or next year. Or no, this is 2024 edition. Actually. What? Street corn has been added.
I love street corn.
Yeah, we do like street corn. Yummy. Corn hub.
I like Pornhub. And I like Pornhub, too. I like street porn.
Porn cub.
Porn cub.
Stuff you see going, if you walk down, like an alleyway, you'll see street porn going on.
Is Porn Cub a baby bear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so.
All right.
Yes. Baby bear sex.
That's illegal.
Baby bear sex.
I'm a cute little bear. What was that? How's that song go?
I'm a big chubby bear with a furry little tail. Happy as a bear can be.
Porn cub.
I'm a big chubby bear with a furry little tail.
It's kind of adorable.
I'm so proud to be me.
Porn cub. All right. Baby bear porn. So street corn has been added. And the actual definition of that is grilled corn on the cob that is coated with a creamy spread. Burrata is another one. So it's not like that's new, though,
No,
which is
that's
interesting. Burrata's been around for
forever.
years.
That's not been in the dictionary?
Yeah, or at least in Webster's. It says mozzarella formed into a ball-shaped casing that contains curds and cream.
Oh, damn good.
Why was I thinking birria? The tacos. But I do love a burrata. Preston down the shore. Poppy's got to go to burrata.
Yeah, you actually took me by there years ago to try their little burrata salad, and now you can get it all over the place.
If it's on the menu, I usually order it.
Yeah, it's great.
Do you prefer fried or have you ever had like a fried burrata?
No, I don't think so.
Neither have I.
Oh, it's so good.
It sounds good.
I mean, listen, you fried cheese is going to be good.
What is that large woman you followed? Which do you prefer?
You know what, man? I don't know. I'll have to ask Dawn.
Okay.
There's got to be a video of her smearing burrata on herself.
There's not.
So another one is capicola.
Yeah.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. It is seasoned Italian pork that is cut from the neck and top shoulder.
But that is something I do not like.
You don't?
You were going to say, Case?
No, is that wasn't in the dictionary yet?
Yeah,
right?
It seems kind of weird that it wasn't, that this is the first year it's being introduced. And I have to comment that there are a bunch of slackers there over at the dictionary.
I wonder if it will include alternate pronunciation of gabagool.
Yeah, because I bet you a lot of people do. They started, for example, the word fort. You can now pronounce them both ways. This is my forte. This is
right.
You can also
fort.
Yes, I've seen it make the jump. I don't know if it's in this particular dictionary, but they will accommodate if enough people are pronouncing it a certain way. They just accept it as an accepted pronunciation.
All right, can I ask about the phrase, is it vice versa or vice versa? Because I've heard it said both ways.
It's vice.
It's vice versa?
But you're right. I mean, people do say it both ways.
And it's acceptable both ways, vice versa.
Well, I mean, acceptable. Some people say that.
I would, if somebody said vice versa, I would say, well, they don't know the real pronunciation of it.
Okay.
Snap out of it.
Mentally, I'd say you're a moron.
You're living a lie. Hey, Bubba.
But I would never say that out loud.
Right. You'd be thinking that.
Now,
By the way,
let me finish my gabagool.
I saw a video the other day of a guy on YouTube explaining the various pronunciations of Italian food and why people have pronounced it. We'll go with gabagool, or mozzarella or prosciutto instead of saying prosciutto and things like that. And I started watching it, and I got bored, and I stopped, and I don't really know why. But it's out there.
Yeah.
If you want to see it.
Listen, whatever makes you happy.
You can go do it. All right, this is added to the dictionary. Ultra-processed.
Yes.
An adjective containing or made primarily with highly processed ingredients, including artificial additives such as coloring, flavoring, and preservatives, and typically having high levels of fat, sugar, or salt. So that it wasn't in there already
I think
as well?
but that's more like, in current times, people are more health conscious, so it's being used more. So maybe that,
But you're shocked to hear that it's not part of the dictionary already,
But I think it's like something that was like almost like the burrata. Like, we all know what mozzarella is, but like burrata was created with the other ingredients. So this term was created when everyone became more self-conscious about their, eating choices.
But it's just interesting because the burrata has been available for years now. It's just now coming out. So, Marissa, do you know this? The International Bitterness Unit. You familiar with that?
No.
Oh.
The IBU?
It's in your wheelhouse. It's a noun, a unit of measurement used to assess the concentration of a bitter compound found in hops to provide information about how bitter a beer is.
That's you?
The IBU, International Bitterness Unit.
When you said IBU, I feel like I've heard Matt say that when I zoned out. He was talking about something.
Her husband is a beer guy, by the way.
He was going on and on about an IBU.
Yeah. So you're not familiar with IBU numbers or anything like that, or
no?
Okay.
There was something about how I don't pay attention. Something like
I was like, is it fruity and sour? Yes, please. I'll try it.
No, you don't like the bitter, the more bitter. I mean, you'll handle them.
Yeah,
but
I'll always try a beer, but
you
I'm
don't crave
not
them.
as much as like a super hoppy. I like sours and goes and.
I hate them. I've gotten to the point now. If I sip one, I'm like, I'm not finishing this.
Preston, I'm with you now. I'm on a Pilsner kick, a Pilsner and a lager. I like that light, crispy, chill beer.
I'm gravitating toward Belgians now.
Ooh.
A little sweeter,
Nice.
Yummy.
Not a wheat beer?
Yeah, wheats are okay. Yeah.
Someone got me, I guess it was a Belgian beer because, I don't drink. And so I have to have something that's so seismically sweet.
Right.
That it overpowers whatever little alcohol is in it.
Yep.
And I think it was Belgian, Preston. It tasted like raspberry soda.
Okay. And sometimes those are high in alcohol, too.
Yeah.
Steve, what do you think of Guinness? You sampled that, right?
So it was interesting because when we had Guinness directly out of the tap, we were at the brewery in Ireland.
Yeah.
It had a very milkshakey
very much
taste to it. Would I say I would? That was easier to drink than other beers that I've had. And I appreciate the world of beers.
It's really smooth.
But I think I need them sweet.
Yeah. The seltzers are like really, really taking off. And in fact, there was just a story about Stateside about how what a meteoric rise they've taken over the last 4 years. They were a local company back in 2020, and now they're international. And the college kids these days are drinking a ton of seltzers, and that's expensive. Like White Claw. Isn't it like $22 for a 12-pack?
Is that what it is?
Don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
They are pretty expensive.
But
we have a connection to Stateside too, right?
We do?
Do you remember the calendar girl Megan who was just holding a guitar?
Oh, yeah. She used to be at Hooters.
She is married to one of the founders.
And they're very charitable, and they're helping out my wife's charity all the time. So
We had an intern too that went to work for them. I don't know if she still works there.
Okay. So, yes, what was that last word? International Bitterness Unit. That has been added to.
Sounds like a boy band.
Then you have cash grab.
Yes.
So that's been added.
You're just doing it for the money.
Yep. Greedy pursuit of an opportunity for making money, especially when done without regards for ethics, concerns, or consequences.
It's the only way to do it. If you want the real bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there is shadow ban.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about this on social media.
What's it about?
It's where they will clamp down on this is all of them: Facebook, X, Instagram. They will suppress your posts, so they won't completely eliminate them, but they will reduce the likelihood of them going out into the general algorithm. That is a shadow ban.
And how does one become shadow banned?
For all sorts of reasons.
So this is the company, the
companies
platform
will do it. They will
this.
shadow ban you.
So the way it's described in this definition, it is a noun, and it is to cause a user or their content to be hidden from some or all users, usually without the user's knowledge.
That's it. Bingo.
Okay. So that's the last one that I have there.
That's a bingo.
With actually, there are a couple more it mentions, but doesn't have the.
Well, let's see if we can figure them out.
They added late capitalism.
It's like capitalism, but you're not on time.
Okay. Beach read.
Okay, a good book to read at the beach.
Good book, yeah.
We got that one.
A dungeon crawler.
That is a very weak dungeon participant.
Okay. A dungeon crawler.
I don't understand, no.
Nick is going to have to look that up. He found a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
It does have to do with, by the way, great read.
Yeah.
That's a good beach read.
Beach read, yeah. A type
was I somewhat right?
You were, yes, Steve. You weren't that far off. It has to do with RPGs, games, in which heroes navigate a labyrinth involving a dungeon.
Okay. So I was kind of right.
Yeah.
A rocket-propelled grenade? Or a role-playing game?
Role-playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? Maybe in that game they have RPGs. An RPG that features an RPG.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the last one they entered is a jam band.
Wow.
Yes. Well, there you go.
New?
That's your case.
Right?
That blows my mind, especially the Grateful Dead and all these bands have been around forever. This is the first time they're putting jam band into the dictionary.
Also, not Gen Z, but that's Gen X. That's me and Casey.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Are you guys Gen X?
Yes. Yeah, you're early Gen X. We're late Gen X.
Okay.
I'm Gen A.
Yeah, what was
Gen
Forrest
A.
Gump?
He was a Gen A. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jenny.
Gen I.
But there are other words. I mean, there's more slang that's come out as of late. I guess it hasn't solidified enough, like with Riz and Skibbity or whatever.
Skibbity, Ohio Riz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skibbity toilet.
Yeah.
So last night, I had to go to Twitter because I'm sitting there and drinking my iced tea and my cup is wet on the outside. And I'm like, how the freak does this happen? Like, I didn't know.
Condensation?
So I didn't know what condensation actually was. I know the word. Okay. I know the song, the water cycle song, condensation, evaporation. I know that. But I never actually knew what condensation was until last night.
Would you care to enlighten us?
No, because I cannot describe it for you. I cannot define it for you, but I do know what it is now. No, it's just, when the moisture in the air meets the thing.
There's
and
a
then
temperature difference.
And the temperature difference, and then water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's all I know. But I didn't know what that was. I for 49 years, I've heard the word condensation, but I never actually defined it.
Your parents wanted to shelter you.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Or it's just something that I learned that I forgot.
Don't tell the boy about condensation. We don't need him running around with the condensers. You have seen them. They're all slimy.
Nick, let me read the definition, if you would, please. Condensation is a change of the state of matter from the gas phase to the liquid phase and is the reverse of vaporization. The word most often refers to the water cycle, and it can also be defined as the change in the state of water vapor to liquid water when in contact with a liquid or solid surface or cloud condensation nuclei within the atmosphere.
So you have a cold glass of water,
Yeah.
And if the atmospheric conditions are right, condensation will form on the outside of the glass.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that it gets worse when the drink that you're drinking is colder. So I put a ton of ice in my iced tea, and therefore the condensation was just out of control.
By the way, when the transition happens from the gaseous phase into the solid phase directly, this is a
when a
term
gas
I'm not familiar with. Yeah, when a gas goes to a solid, so you take like dry ice,
right?
That goes from carbon dioxide to a solid form of it. The change is called deposition.
Yeah,
which I wasn't aware of. I know what a deposition is in a legal case.
All right, give me an example of something that's.
I just did.
But do it again because I was thinking of something else.
Dry ice.
Dry ice. Okay.
Okay. Dry ice it's carbon dioxide, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
And then they bring the temperature way down. It goes from a gas to a solid.
Okay.
Solid to a gas.
All right. So what I was thinking of is also the word plasma.
That's dry ice.
The other way around.
When you reverse it.
Yeah. So
go around.
So I was
they loop
correct.
around.
The hell is
Hold
going on?
It goes from
a gas to a solid.
When it freezes.
Yeah, when it freezes.
Oh,
Right. And so then if you take the solid out.
Then you get
that would be vaporizing.
vaporized.
Right?
Yes.
Or vaporizing is going from. Hang on a second. Where did it go? Oh yeah. The reverse of
the
gas to liquid. Shut up. Anyway.
Yeah.
And what's plasma?
It's a fourth state.
It's a fourth state,
Yeah,
right?
So, like, it's not liquid. It's not gas.
next to
So
Delaware.
It's
3 more from Delaware. It's 3 away from Delaware.
It's the fourth state.
We drive through plasma.
All right, so you got liquid, solid, gas, and plasma.
You guys know what the second state was?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Okay. I thought you were talking about of matter.
Yeah.
This is too. We went from science to history.
Colonies.
We did.
Yeah, a lot of that had to do with literally the geography. It took less time for the Pennsylvania and the Delaware delegations to get back to Philadelphia to ratify the Constitution.
Wow.
But some of the other ones that were further away took them longer.
We wanted it first.
Yeah.
We should be the first.
They signed it in Boston, and it took them a long time to get down to Philly.
So plasma is a fourth state?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So the sun is made up, a lot of it is plasma.
Right. I'm not
Have you
familiar-
have you seen the new shots, the new footage of the surface of the sun?
No.
It's staggering.
Why?
It looks like a living, undulating creature. It's amazing.
I think I know what you're talking
Yes,
about.
yeah. It's hard
pretty cool.
to describe it.
Right.
I know it's hot.
Yeah.
This is like a terrible flashback to school.
Right now?
Yeah.
This is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what is plasma in your blood? That's
different.
That's the part that confuses me. That's different, right? Is there no connection or correlation between the two plasmas?
I don't think so.
What am I, a professor?
Well, I'm asking Nick.
He's smart. He's got Wikipedia over there.
Yeah. I think it's just the same name, Casey. But I don't know. It is a good
Are
question.
you building a ray gun?
Well, plasma is the liquid portion of the blood. So say again what the state of plasma is?
Well, I mean,
the stock.
Plasma in the sun is different than the term plasma applied to
Excuse me.
sun.
Help! Someone who can help us. Call right now. With if you are qualified to 215-263-WMMR, because we are making people dumber as they listen.
They can't. Well, most of them, at least the teachers who are probably teaching this, they're all in school.
All right, the question on the table now is there any sort of correlation between plasma in the blood and
Yes.
plasma in the sun?
There is some errant astrophysicist listening right now. I would think
Okay.
so.
I'm building a bomb. Let me call these people. Yeah, she's building some sort of plasma bomb, and I figured I'd call.
What was that guy from Gloucester yesterday who called in? Can he call
Nick.
back?
No, Nick.
Nick, call us.
Maybe there's a bagel component to it that we haven't considered.
All right. Well, since I'm the space and plasma expert on the show, it's completely different
Okay.
than blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, come on.
There's
I just
some
thought,
things that have similar names but are not connected, or exact names but aren't connected at all. By the way, our phone lines are lighting up.
Oh,
so.
thank God.
No, they're not.
There's there are. There's a couple calls on. There's like a 30-second delay. We say it here, and then it takes a while for calls
These
to
are all
come in.
requests for.
You know, it's a
Tickets.
word that has spelled the same, and it has two different meanings that are the opposite of one another. Resign or resign.
Yes.
True, yeah.
Wow. Nick.
Interesting.
I think that was a Jeopardy category.
Was it
wasn't
really?
Yeah.
Does resign need a hyphen?
Sometimes you can
Okay.
put one in, but you don't have to. So and when you're reading the sentence, you don't know if somebody is re-signing their contract or they have resigned for their job.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want to talk to an electrical engineer
Yeah.
or someone who studied physics and is a pilot as well?
Pilot.
We got other calls
Give
coming
me a
in.
second here. Let me think about this.
Who do you think would be more?
I'm gonna go with the studied physics a little bit, though the electrical engineer probably has the chops as well.
Maybe we can talk to
Let's go to both.
a few of them. But
Let's conference them.
all right, let's first go to Nick. Oh, is this Nick from yesterday, the bagel guy? I don't know. Hey, Nick, you're on the air, bud.
Hey, yeah, this is not Nick the Bagel guy.
We can immediately tell.
All right, you're a pilot and you studied physics, correct?
Yeah.
Are you a professional pilot?
Uh-huh. I fly for an airline out of Philly.
Excellent.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. What? Now you heard what we were talking about. How you want to clean it up for us?
Help us.
Yeah, so something going from a solid directly to a gaseous state is called sublimation.
Sublimation. All right, so we got that wrong. All right, thank you.
Yeah, so that's when it completely skips over the liquid state.
Yep.
Gas directly to a solid is sublimation.
No, the other way. Solid to a gas.
Solid
He said
directly to gas is sublimation.
gas to a solid was the other thing I said.
So is that dry ice?
Yes, dry ice sublimates.
All right. So could you
Never-
say?
Wait,
if I'm
let him continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, so dry ice sublimates. It never enters a liquid state.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. Okay, terrific. Case, your question?
No, I was just going to say, if I'm going to go take a dump, can I say I'm going to go sublimate because I'm going to produce solids and gases at the same time?
That's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go there with
I
Nick.
didn't? Okay.
With our pilot who studied physics, you didn't have to do that.
Nick, any of the
go for it.
Any of the plasma stuff?
Yeah, so plasma as a state of matter has nothing to do with blood plasma. They're two completely independent things. One is just the name of a type of blood material.
Right.
The other one is a extra state of matter that requires insane amounts of pressure in order to form.
Okay, so that is why we would find plasma of that nature on the sun or in the sun.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, makes sense.
Thank you, Nick.
That helped, certainly.
We just wasn't. What about plasma TVs? What is that?
That would be.
Oh, Nick, do you have any idea why they call plasma televisions plasma televisions?
I don't know if it's actually related. It might be.
Okay.
Maybe an engineer can answer that one.
It might
Thanks,
be a
bud.
similar sort of chemical or substance that is similar to that under pressure.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's go to our electrical engineer. Maybe he knows. This is James. Hi, James. Good morning.
Hey, morning, guys. How are you?
Good, buddy. What's up, man?
Nothing. To elaborate a little bit on that plasma TV, it's very similar to plasma, the state of matter. What they're actually doing is they're superheating a liquid inside the TV that emits light, and then the light gets filtered through color cards, essentially, that create the image that you see.
So for the longest time, the plasma TV set was the best picture you could get.
Yeah.
And now that's OLED.
OLED. So did you know that OLED was? I don't necessarily know if it was invented here in this area, but the guy who used to own Zittner's Chocolates,
he invented it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard that, James? That the man who owns Zittner's Chocolates invented OLED TV?
I have not heard that.
See, we taught you something this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you, James. You're welcome.
It's my understanding that the guy who invented Billy Bob Teeth invented the plasma gun.
So the thing is and he owns a company, and I guess that company is a think tank. And,
Chocolate got boring.
And that think tank created OLED technology.
Okay.
By the way, all right, this is AI Overview. It says, while all three use the term plasma, they refer to completely different things. We're talking about on the sun and your blood and in TVs. Plasma sun is the extremely hot ionized gas that makes up the majority of the sun. Plasma blood is the liquid component of blood that carries blood cells. And plasma TV is a display technology where individual pixels are illuminated by tiny pockets of charged gas, which they call plasma, between glass panels. So all three are different.
There we go.
Completely different.
At this point, Casey, can you effectively explain condensation?
Nope.
Okay.
I just know what it is.
Okay,
and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Maybe you were not meant to know.
That's a win.
There's only so much you can know.
Yo, my bandwidth is it's shrinking and shrinking, and so sometimes, like if I'm watching TV and something gets really complicated, I'm like, well, I hope the rest of the plot helps explain this because I don't understand those sounds that just came out of your face.
I love. By the way, and you're very similar to Homer Simpson with the Blue Man Group. You lock on something, and and you'll hear, and it'll be something that he may have talked to you about, but you didn't bite, and then you'll hear down the hallway, like, "Oh, I think about plasma," right? You stay on it, but I appreciate that.
You and we watch the same shows, and you will. Oh, God, what show was it you said something to me about, and I was like, I wasn't even paying attention, and it was a major plot point.
Well, no, it was it was Bad Monkey.
Yes.
And Vince Vaughn's character uses this constant rephrase in almost every episode. He says F nuts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's his catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then you eventually find out he gets it from his dad.
Right.
And I said it with Casey and I were in the hallway, and I just go F nuts, and he didn't really respond to it. And I was like, you know this from Bad Monkey, right? And he's like, no, I've never noticed it. And I was like, yeah, he says it all the time. And Scott Glenn's character, his dad, he says it, and you're like, oh, that's where he got it from. Case didn't pick up on it.
Who are you going to call? I don't know. I'm watching Ghostbusters now. No, it's in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this segment
alone
has been more all over the place than the stream of consciousness on any given day, I think.
I think it's time to go home now.
I think it's time to go home.
I
And
think
this
you
was about
should-
the dictionary.
I think you should recap what we just talked about.
Right. Yeah, let me do that.
Have you noticed one more thing real quick about the size of Scott Glenn's ears in that show?
Yes.
No.
They are massive.
Yeah.
By the way,
See,
I don't
now
think
I'm not gonna
it's
be
funny
able
you
to
should
not see it.
you should say that because it is the truth. Your ears do your ears get bigger. Somebody did a side-by-side comparison of Robert De Niro.
Okay.
And Robert De Niro's ears in Taxi Driver, where he has the mohawk.
Right.
His current ears are like 9 times the size.
So, Steve, I love Scott Glenn. And I'm like, I've seen his entire career, and I don't think he had those ears in the right stuff.
No, they did not. I think that the notion is as you get older, you need to hear potential predators sooner because you are not
can't run as
quick
fast.
able to
mechanism.
run.
Yeah.
So your ears become larger
gotcha.
to get if you're like there's a in the woods or something.
Yeah.
The senior citizen needs a little additional time to
that
run.
makes sense.
Yeah, because they don't really run. They sort of hobble.
Trying to think, there was an actor I saw recently who I thought ears were huge.
Ears McGee.
Ears McGee. That must be it.
I have big ears. I've never
thought
I think they're
you
getting
had big
bigger.
ears.
They're absolutely fine.
I think
You don't have big ears.
They're pretty big. Let me see.
I probably have the biggest ears.
Yours are big too. Let me see yours, Preston. Oh God, you guys all have giant ears. Except Nick.
Nick's got small ears.
Well,
no,
big nose.
Nick's got a big nose.
Yeah, by comparison.
Small.
Yeah.
And Kathy, your ears are smaller because all that flesh went to your forehead.
Well, no, look.
that's mean. I shouldn't laugh at that.
So
That's
rude.
not cool.
God. No, are my ears big? Look, Steve.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
They're petite and dainty.
Pretty good. Marissa ran. I was going to check her ears, but all right.
She ran because her ears are huge.
All right.
No, I don't know.
No,
I
they're
don't
pretty
know.
normal.
No, she's got normal size ears.
Yep.
All right. Anyhow, I'm glad we did this.
Yeah,
man.
I
It was
am
great that
too.
you guys
It was
came
fun.
by
Thanks,
here.
guys.
Yeah. What?
No, can I mention something before you go to commercial? Can I mention something?
Yes, you may mention something.
I just want to mention
into Casey.
that God, that would never be it. That Kathy's Fall Activities on PrestonandSteve.com. There's an event that's happening tonight, and she messaged me yesterday, and she has a few spots still available. So if you're interested, this is the Spooky Sea Glass Halloween Tree at Pinspiration in East Greenwich, New Jersey.
This is very cool. You showed us. They actually make these cool things out of sea glass.
Yeah, it's a Halloween tree made out of sea glass with a little witch's hat on it. These
looks
sparkly
awesome.
spiders. You put lights in it. It's a really cool activity. This is the last one that she's having this season, and she does have spots available. But go to PrestonandSteve.com because it's linked right there, and you can use a coupon code MMR24, and you get a discount.
You're not able to attend because you're getting your forehead reduction.
Right. I'm getting my
By the way,
forehead.
Nick pulled up a picture of Scott Glenn. Steve, he looks like a Ferengi.
Yeah, he does.
From Next Generation. He does have some big ass ears.
I think when you reach a certain age, it happened with my dad. He actually at one point just before he died, he took flight. It was amazing.
Well, he got that last thrill.
Yeah, and I said, Daddy Dumbo.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. Clearly, we need to. We'll come back in a moment. We're less than an hour away from your next shot at winning $1,000 with Good Money It. So make sure you hang out for that at least. We'll be right back. Stay put.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Acme. That thing, I laid hands on it all over, and it's a big old airplane. It took a while to do it. You know?
I have to be honest with you, at a certain point, I put my pee-pee in a few holes. And it felt good. Because some of them have some of the rubber stoppers that feel like a woman's lady parts. It felt good. I mean, come on.
I know.
Who's sitting there? Who's sitting there listening to this?
A group of people.
And he has a very large following.
The answer is enough people.
Yeah, to pay for that beautiful aircraft.
Not one listen, I don't know how big that crowd is.
Are you out of your mind?
Right?
Laid hands on that thing, just laid hands on it all over and praised God and laid hands on that and commanded that corrosion to leave in Jesus' name.
Seriously.
Then I crawled up and I kind of hunched my back and started gyrating like, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
He's serious.
And I saw that corrosion disappear. Then I exploded.
Come on.
They did more x-rays and came back. There was just one little old spot there. I said, Lord, what are they? No, he said, I want to remind you. I said, what are you reminding me of? He said, they could have said maybe the x-rays were wrong.
Said one, maybe the x-rays
Oh, my God.
are wrong.
If only you could see Steve's face right now. Come on.
I say, Alec, is there on my back? I just my back.
What?
X-rays are wrong.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: take him out to an airport. Get a plane that has some sort of error with something wrong with it, something that makes it really not safe for flight. Lay down on it, and would he lay down on it and pray and then get in that plane?
Well, God didn't tell him that. That would be the defense. God didn't tell me to heal this one, so I can't do it if He's not telling me to do it.
Oh my
you know
God!
What I mean, so there's a
fail-safe,
a built-in fail-safe.
So we laid hands on it again, and it's gone.
You're buying it. Yeah. Even I don't believe it.
We need to loop that. Gwyneth Paltrow was spotted at Long Island's New York Center for Innovative Medicine, a center known for its holistic treatment of Lyme disease.
Was she wearing a lab coat?
The founder, I don't know if she's wearing a lab coat. The founder, Dr. Thomas Zulk, has been featured on her website, Goop, for his energy blanching procedures.
I read Zulk on Goop, and I like
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I said the wrong thing. Not energy blanching. Energy balancing. Blanching is lightly boiling
None
something.
of us would have noticed.
Listen, in the world of Goop, that makes complete sense. Now they can blanch your energy.
Yes.
Oh, that sounds good. I'll try that.
Yes. Can you also whiten my anus?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
We can whiten your anus.
Here's the app for that.
Too.
I'm blanching both my anus and my energy.
God. Hey, I had a story that keys off of teachers, and I thought this was kind of interesting. This is out of, where is this? Somewhere in the South. I think it's in the...
Is it Florida?
No, it's North Carolina. The teacher at Northeast Carolina Preparatory School in Tarboro, North Carolina, had apparently punished one of their students. By punish, I mean making them write a phrase over and over and over and over again.
A la Bart Simpson.
Because he called her ma'am.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, and she didn't like it, and so he had to write the word ma'am numerous times. His teacher asked him to write it. He told his mother that he had to return this with the parent's signature after he repeatedly called her the word despite being told not to do so.
Okay, well, if she told him not to, then...
Yeah, he completed his assignment during class hours, which made his mom worry that maybe it had interfered with some of school, the schoolwork.
Yes.
According to the mom, Mrs. Wilson, the teacher also told the young boy that if she had something... she would have thrown it at him. I'm sorry, said to the boy. So if she would have had something, she would have thrown it at him. After the mom signed the paper, she had also had the boy write down the definition of ma'am, which is a term of respectful or polite address used for a woman, according to Oxford dictionaries. There's some people that hate being called ma'am, and
I hate it.
My wife uses ma'am as a sign of respect when she's on the phone with someone asking for help.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you,
It
ma'am.
is, and especially as you start to go south, you're going to find it is a term. It is a respectful way to refer to people.
Yeah.
I would it's a weird thing, and I know, Preston, you're right. Ma'am to set someone off?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've always known it as a respectful way to refer to someone.
Maybe she's younger and she doesn't want to feel old.
Yeah,
or
that's
something like
that's
that.
how I see it. I see it as an older woman. So when somebody, I remember the first time he was a kid, probably a high school kid, called me ma'am, and I was like, oh my God. I mean, I didn't tell him don't call me that, but it made me feel old.
It's not.
Did he just say ma'am?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, I never.
Was it the word that set the teacher off, or was it the fact that the kid was repeating it over and over?
I don't know.
Well, it had to be the initial thing graded on her because she asked him to stop saying it.
Yeah.
But if he's used to saying it as a sign of respect to, like somebody in an authoritative manner, like then you just got to get that flag out of your butt and get over it, right, Press?
I would think so. Yeah, get the flag out of your butt.
Yeah.
Did I say that one day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hiking around the area, maybe on Friday, said hello to this young feller, probably 13 or 14. How are you? How's it going? Very well, sir. I'm like, yeah.
It's a title. It's a title.
We're not this kid walking along. You know, that you come with me. I want to show other people what you just did because it was so good.
It's a title you've earned.
I earned it.
Hey, here's a text that says, women should know better than to call other women ma'am. I joke that they're traitors. And then she writes, it's well known that most women don't like it. What do you mean? How do you know that?
Because that extensive survey she took.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe amongst a handful of your friends or something. But what do you mean most women?
Yeah, but I would agree with that.
But how do you know most women?
Because anybody, I mean, just anyone that I know, it's not like I took a survey, but anyone I know would agree.
Then it's got to be everyone.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing, too. I think it's, no, but I do, like you said, it's regional. Do you know what I mean? It's
I can see that.
In the South, yes, they do that. They're here, not as much.
But I've born and bred at, Northeast, and ma'am to me was always a sign of respect. And I would say ma'am.
Or maybe is it an older thing? Like it,
I don't know.
I don't know. I just.
You keep going back to old.
No, the standard thing would be pretty good, ma'am. Wouldst thou takest me?
But here's the deal. I think it's all about intent. And if you hear someone saying it clearly as a sign of respect, you should understand that they're just being polite.
Yes, of course. I'm not going to get mad at them, but it doesn't make me like it. It's still,
right.
I still think it's.
I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I don't.
One gosh darn bit. I'm looking at my activities list.
Oh, God.
No, I listen, and if it rings to your ear and you don't like it, you can simply say, "Oh, it's okay. You don't have to call me ma'am, or I'll punch you in the throat."
Yeah.
I would never read it as an insulting thing. That's a way to disrespect.
It's your own fault for being old. Jesus Christ.
No,
what's with you in that aging thing?
It's not insulting. It's just. We just don't like it.
And that's fine. But all right, it's your personal preference.
I don't think somebody saying it to me is insulting me.
All right, but what do you want your server? What do you want your waiter or waitress to call you when they go up
Sugar
to your table?
teas.
Yeah.
Young lady, maybe?
I'm lady.
Oh, my God, she has to see my ID.
Now we're living in a fantasy.
Now you're getting into pandering territory.
I haven't been underage for 38 years.
Wait, let me tell you something that happened on Saturday. I have to tell you this. So I went out for Preston. I went out for my birthday, and we went into the bar, and they were carding everyone as we were walking in. And me, I was with Elisa. We're both 40. And she goes, "Oh, let's see if we get carded." So we walk up to him, we stand there, and he goes, "Hi." And so we were like, "Do you want to see your ID?" He goes, "Sure, if you want to hand it to me."
See, he did. There is a crap job available in San Francisco that's a complete waste, but it pays up to $185,000 a year for those who are interested. The city where Tony Bennett left his heart has an enormous feces problem.
There's a lot of poop there.
That has gotten so bad.
A lot of people are taking poops on the street.
Officials decided to create a poop patrol to clean up the streets.
Clean up the poop and the turds that are on the street that I love so dearly. I took a poop in San Francisco. Sing along if you know.
The 5-member team now.
I couldn't control it.
Walk up and down San Francisco.
Started with the shart and then I left my heart.
There it is.
In San Francisco.
Left my shart.
I took a shart. Then left my heart in San Francisco.
So they are now cleaning up human feces, and we're assuming other feces as well.
And vomit.
Animal feces, vomit.
And piss.
Yeah.
Can't forget piss. Piss, vomit, poop, it's all there on the streets of San Fran.
Thank you.
Where they got trolley cars and rice-a-roni.
Thank you, Tony Bennett, for...
poop.
Cable cars and rice-a-roni.
I miss that city.
Chinatown.
Yeah, poop-covered streets, piss everywhere, vagrants wandering around. It's wonderful. It's like Night of the Living Dead with hills.
The wharf is just covered in
Absolutely.
poop. Yeah, it's just beautiful. In case you've ever wondered whether Marilyn Manson was truly as evil as he makes himself out to be, there may be proof now. She said they can't find something illegal about what I say or do in my music. They just disagree with it morally because of their belief systems.
That's nonsense. I'm on the Satanic Church myself. And I'm about cleaning the poop off the streets of San Francisco.
That's right. Look at that.
Get off the guy's back.
You're not such a bad guy.
I'm a good guy.
Yeah, so he said, so they have to...
Just because I believe in the power of the Lord Satan doesn't mean you should think I'm evil.
I mean, after all, you're cleaning up poop.
Remember what the Joker said to Batman? Both sides are different coins or something like that. I didn't stay really that long. I left once I ran out of snow caps.
He bought the ticket, though.
He bought the jumbo box,
Yeah,
too.
it was there.
I go through them a lot. I love those things.
This is so weird. Just thinking about that. What would lead Tony Bennett to
I'm
comment?
in the Church of Satan, too.
Maryland man. And poop and snow caps and Batman and the Joker.
Makes sense.
He's currently on tour with Rob Zombie with the Trek wrapping
I'm
up
also a Nazi.
this week. I want to see what you think of this, Kathy. Kim Kardashian, Chrissy Teigen, Queer Eye's Tan France, and trans model Andreja Pajic are sporting some eye-catching new accessories. It's all in the name of Simon Huck's conceptual art experience called A Human, and it's already roiling social media. So Kim has a glowing necklace, and it looks like it's implanted in her skin.
But Preston, okay, and I wanted to ask you about this. It's clearly not an implant.
Right.
It is a flesh-colored thing made to look like an implant.
And it lights up, Kathy.
That freaks me out.
But you've got to
it gets worse.
Marissa, see if you can find, she's on social media, and there's a comment. She says, It's
It
going
lights up
to
like
my
my
heartbeat.
Oh,
and just
shut
her,
them.
and she looks like an android, dude.
To begin with.
I know, it's
Like
so...
this, Preston.
It's such a shame.
She's got the lips like...
Yes, yeah, full
Let
on,
me see.
full on constructed duck lips, so she doesn't have to make the
She doesn't
pout
have to do duck
anymore. It
lips.
does it automatically.
Close to the beat of my heart.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this. And I'm like, who finds that? It's
no.
Kathy Casey. Hit it for me, please.
Totally Presbo.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into Totally Presbo. Some things that I saw. That's Geddy Lee, by the way. Isn't that great? Yeah.
Hi, Presbo.
Some interesting things that have occurred over the past
To
few
amuse
days.
and inform.
Yeah, let's talk about G-strings.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm wearing one right now.
Runway show at Paris Fashion Week confirmed that the exposed G-string trend isn't going anywhere.
So we're talking above the pant line?
Yeah. During the Louis de Javier Women's Wear Spring Summer 2025 show, models flaunted their underwear with low-slung pants, sheer skirts, and even bubble skirts held up just above the waistline,
So
revealing their G-strings.
If I have Mexican food, I will have bubble pants.
What's a bubble skirt, Kath? Any idea?
Like a poof, kind of.
Okay.
Probably a shorter skirt.
Why is it called a G-string?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I'm trying to
I don't know what the G is for.
Gina? It's my guess.
You know what? That's the answer we should just stick with.
Yeah.
From here on out. Yeah, that's
What's
the best
G
answer
for?
ever.
Gina.
So, yep, that's it. That's why.
Nick pulled this up. It says the origin of the term G-string is not entirely known, but there are a few theories. Loincloth is one of them. Americans in the late 1800s first wrote about the term, describing the loincloth of Philippine natives. There's an instrument. The term may have come from the G string on a guitar.
Interesting. Yes, I could see that.
And gusset. The garment is essentially a gusset on a string. I don't know what a gusset is.
That's Anus's cousin. Anus and Gusset. The boys are out there playing their jugs.
Nick, can you look up what a gusset is? G-U-S-S-E-T-T?
Gusseted crotch is what comes up.
So it's a crotch cover.
All of these things. So,
Okay.
Kathy, or anything like a Speedo or a G-string or anything to me that has a splitting attribute to it is incredibly uncomfortable.
There you go. Here it is. In sewing, a gusset is a triangular or rhomboidal piece of fabric inserted into a seam to add breadth or reduce stress from tight-fitting clothing.
Look what else it says. Usually made of plasma C, large forehead.
Okay. All right. Well, anyhow.
I feel like they took the gusset out of a lot of clothing.
What is it? So I'm not familiar. Okay.
It's like the piece in the crotch that, like, instead of having like a straight seam, like it's
Okay,
almost like a
yes.
triangle
All
or
right.
like a diamond shape.
So in like athletic
Yes,
wear. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
A gusset string.
Right.
Okay. One outfit worn by model Riccardo Tizzi featured a bejeweled G-string with booty shorts and stockings, highlighting the designer's intention to make lingerie the centerpiece of this collection.
How often do you think this fashion stuff that's presented on the runways, of Europe and everything, most of it does not make its way down to regular civilian clothing?
No, you often never see it. You may see an iteration of it.
Right.
You will likely never see what actually comes down the runway.
It's described very well in The Devil Wears Prada, when she explains the sweater, the color that she's wearing was from a show that was from 3 years before. And eventually, it made its way into retail.
It gets homogenized down to
on the way.
Right.
Yeah.
But your undergarments becoming outer garments I think it's a trend that's happening now. When
you said you saw something, right?
I did. We were at Michigan State over the weekend, and these college girls were out, and straight up, this girl was wearing, literally, it was a bra with sleeves, and that was it. Like, that's what she was wearing as her top.
So, just a bra is very small.
Yeah.
How do they attach the sleeves?
I mean,
It's not, that's not what it is. He's calling it that, but it is actually, it's a shirt.
Oh.
What it is, right? Like
a
her
crop
whole...
Covers her shoulder.
Like her shoulders and her whole belly were all exposed and only her breasts and arms were covered.
Wait a minute, her shoulders were exposed too?
Yeah, it was almost like a tube, like a strapless bra.
Yeah.
Strapless bra with sleeves.
Are you familiar?
I mean, not all of them don't cover the shoulders. There are some that cover the shoulders, but this one probably went off the shoulder.
And I didn't look at her that long, so I couldn't really tell you much.
Because that probably would have been weird.
It was like
you were with your wife.
Yeah, I was with my wife, my daughters. And
I would have to see this to understand exactly what he's talking about.
It's an easier concept than you're thinking it is.
Find a picture for me, please. So, did you find it, pardon the phrase, titillating?
No, I was completely...
Is this a Casey that's up on the...
yeah, but the one that I saw, it didn't go all the way up to the shoulders.
Okay, so this is called the Navneet Woman Long Sleeve Crop Top Sexy Going Out Top Rib Corset Top Square Neck Club Party Full T-shirt.
You gotta love the Amazon description.
Yeah.
Wow. Sexy Going Out Top Ribbed Corset Top Square Neck Club Party Fall T-shirt.
Sexy lady.
Hang on a second, Preston. Can you do that again, but to a beat? What you just did? You ready?
I don't know. Sexy Going Out Top Rib Corset Top Square Neck Party Fall Top T-shirt.
It was good. Top T-shirt.
I messed it up.
No rehearsal, though.
The neat woman's long sleeve crop top, sexy going out. Sexy Going Out Top Rib Corset Top Square Neck Club Party Fall T-shirts.
Yes!
Quick question, if I may, just jumping in here. There's this picture that we're currently looking at of this Amazon model. Is that a large skin discoloration on her abdomen?
I know, what is that?
It looks like a faded tattoo to me. I almost see a bird in it.
It's a swastika.
Do you see it? You see the bird?
Yes, I see the bird.
Yeah, I think it might be her school logo.
I thought it was like a watermark.
It might be a watermark.
It's probably a watermark. That looks like a bird. So some outfits in the show toned down the look slightly, but still showcase the trend, like a back lace cat suit with a unique heart-shaped design. Despite criticism labeling the style as trashy and vulgar, the comeback of the Y2K-inspired exposed G-string continues to make a bold statement. That's what I was thinking. This is a throwback because
it is a throwback.
Remember the whale tail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was above the waistline regularly back in the early 2000s.
Sometimes I pull my socks up above my jeans, and I think it looks sexy.
And lets it expose a little bit. So, wow, I need to look at Amazon models more often. Nick is pulling up some photos.
That's a back-laced cat suit, which is one of the things you just described.
Back-laced cat suit.
Yeah. And this one is called Sasha Smooth Snatched Jumpsuit.
Hi, I'm white and I'm trying to rap. Talk about a black-sick cat suit.
It's good.
Thank you. I missed my calling. All right. So anyhow, apparently the exposed G-string is on the fashion runways and potentially could be.
That's wild because you figured I think that had sort of a trashy connotation to it, right?
Of sorts.
Well, that's kind of what he was saying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me find something else here.
Totally Presbo.
Over a lifetime, the average person spends 90,000 hours at work. And researchers with Career.io analyzed over 755,000 Glassdoor reviews to find the careers that get the most enthusiastic thumbs up from employees. So these are the top 10 jobs that make Americans happy.
You know, the original Dolly Parton song was working 90,000 hours.
I didn't know that. So number one, I'm going to start at the top here and we'll kind of work our way down. But the number one job that makes people that work in this industry the happiest. Anybody want to take just a stab at it?
That work in this particular industry the happiest.
Yeah, they really like what they do.
I assume that you would want to feel productive.
Mm-hmm.
That you were contributing. Prostitution.
Making people happy. Yeah.
I wonder if it's teacher.
I think teacher actually came to mind, Case.
It is not even in the top 10.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
it's noble work.
Yeah,
but
the teachers that love it, I think, you know what I mean?
There's just so many jerk off kids.
Yeah, there are.
And parents.
Parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, Nick.
What about professional golfer? Is that on this list?
No, I think this is more widespread than that.
How about
Oh, so can I take a guess?
Yeah.
This is stressful, but pilots?
Not in the top 10. No.
How about bomb diffuser?
Okay, hang on. It's real estate agents.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, your brother is one. He's
Well,
very, very
is he
successful
happy?
one.
Both of my brothers are. Well, that's the thing is, yes, because they do so well. So if they're, but also their, success is based on the market.
Yeah.
So if there's a real bad time, it becomes stressful because they don't have money coming in.
So they're in a good time now. Have they gone through a bad time and had to weather that?
Yeah, so there was some ups and downs. They didn't really I don't think it got too scary for them.
Were they happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like are they happy in life?
Up and down.
And
that's I'm looking for consistency. I assume that's what we're talking about, right? In general.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Where do they do they have like multiple areas, or do they only work in like Montgomery County or?
Oh no, they
All
they
over?
work in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
By the way, real estate always confused me as far as that being an industry because you talk about good and bad market times, but isn't it always good? Because you got people who want to buy and sell. And when it's not a seller's market, it's a buyer's market. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I would assume, obviously they're based on percentages of what they get for the...
Yeah, sure.
I assume the real money is to be made in a realtor who owns, as I think as your brothers do, buildings, right?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. There's different parts of their business. So when, say, I know that, and I'm not a real estate expert, so people are probably listening like, shut up. But so they went through a time where they weren't selling houses. Houses weren't going... People weren't putting their houses up. So you talk about the buyer and the seller market, there weren't many sales.
Yeah,
so,
home sales themselves can still be down.
Okay.
Right. So but there's
commercial.
They do commercial. They own properties. There's other aspects to the business that bring in money.
But this is a real estate agent. I assume that's more the buying and selling part, that you're representing people and, as opposed to you yourself are buying real estate. I don't know.
It's called the Skiffington Conundrum.
Oh, my gosh.
So number one is real estate agent. Number two is carpenter.
Oh.
Yeah, of the happiest job workers.
That's something that I want to do. That's something that I, at a certain point, I will set up a little woodworking station.
I
at my house.
totally missed. I thought the band,
the Carpenters.
Yeah.
I love that whole notion, Casey. So I have the working with wood and doing all that, and to me it harkens back to building models as a kid. And I got on the streak with my brother-in-law, who's a. He's just great.
Is he a
with this
master
stuff.
carpenter?
He's really good.
Okay.
He's really good. And taught me some of it. And putting things together like building a shelf or whatever, like a coat. Just very simple stuff, but I felt a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Number three is software developer. These are people that are happiest about their profession.
They're important.
Number four is designer.
Ooh.
I don't know if that means fashion designer.
That's my
maybe.
realm.
I was thinking maybe. I was thinking more like interior, like home.
Maybe.
I don't know who's categorized as a designer.
Right.
That seems like it could be really zen.
Yeah.
Like it was. Do you ever
It's
watch
creative.
Fixer Upper with the Gaines? Is at the end of the episode, it was always Joanna setting the house and setting the stage, and they put nice music, and it just was like a real zen thing to watch, and I'm sure it was zen for her to do.
Yeah, well, like that is an accomplishment. You can look at your finished product.
Yes, well, so Lauren, Lauren, formerly Feldman, is the designed the interior of our house and is going to be working on the kitchen, and she's excellent at it. And so she's also in real estate. So all this stuff fits into that. The realization you're putting people in homes that they love, you're helping them get what they want. You're starting from one thing and getting into another point. I can see where that's very fulfilling.
And they're not all like they're kind of I would guess like average salary. Like I thought you were going to go with something that where people were making millions and millions of dollars.
No, these are just people happy.
Tyrant
at what they do, job satisfaction. So because here's an example. Number 5 is a fitness instructor. Number 6, firefighter. Number 7 is secretary. Yeah. Or Jethro would say secretary.
Secretary.
I think part of that is if you want to have a job where you just, when you're done work, you're done work. You're not bringing anything home with you, hopefully. And so if you're working in a 8:30 to 5 shift or whatever, when you clock out at 5:01, you're done for the day.
Number 8 is computer support.
Oh.
Again, necessary. I mean, like if you work in computer support in an office, people need you. They need your help.
And here's the deal, Kathy. You and I would go, oh my God, are you kidding me? But some of these people that do support like that they love solving the problem.
I guess.
Like Rodney. And I know computers are not necessarily his, he's well versed in and any of our IT guys, Rich and all these guys, they want to figure out what's going on. They're cracking the code.
So I can connect to that because I'm a gadget guy.
I can't.
And so like I can. I want to figure out how I can why is this cable not working right? How do I get this?
Not me. It's like I'm doing the thing. Yeah. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's
not working.
Yeah.
Where's that sound coming from?
Yeah. Right.
Where's that sound coming from? There's nothing on here. What the That's me doing computer support.
What is this? The is that?
Tech support.
Yeah.
Here at the station. So you might be right because in my mind, for them, I'm thinking they're like, oh, here she is again. She's got another problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I guess.
Well, they deal with idiots all the time for sure.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
Did you restart it?
This idiot.
Yeah. Jimmy Fallon used to have a good character on SNL, which was the IT guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you reboot it? Yeah. Move.
By the way, the restart thing, like. I know that's their go-to thing. Well, guess what mine is? Yeah, I did that already.
Yeah.
So before I called tech support, I restart it. I update the I update the operating system, and just so I can go, yep, did it, and then let's now move on.
So I guess as far as problem solving is concerned, like my equivalent to being like an IT or computer support guy is if you just handed me a bag of knots to untie, like I would be happy doing that. Oh my God, yeah, just something.
What do you do for a living? I play with string.
I play with string. I untie knots because I love it. Like it's just something to occupy my mind.
It gives you a puzzle.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the tech stuff does that. I enjoy that.
How are you with
specifically untying knots?
Yeah. What about like a Christmas lights? Like the string of lights. If they end up
I'm good at that.
Jumbled.
Yeah, I mean, well, the secret really is to not jumble them as you're
right, but
putting them away.
You're not always the one putting them away.
The question is, somebody brings you a badge, and you sit there and you either go, oh, God, or you go,
Do you know what I find mentally stimulating? Is walking through the house and not walking into walls.
Oh my God, I love that.
Like I know where to turn.
I did it.
It's like a puzzle. I'm coming into the kitchen now, honey, watch.
Casey.
And I won't even hit a wall.
Jewelry chains get wrapped up. Does that?
I love that because they're so delicate. And you're like, okay, I need to do this, and I need to do it with a little bit of like tension, but I can't snap the chain. That's awesome too. Yes.
Should have been a surgeon.
Yeah, except for that whole science thing.
Oh yeah. What is condensation again?
Whole med thing.
Yeah.
All right.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Yes.
Number 9 on this list of job satisfaction, logistics manager.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's another problem-solving thing. I think of logistics when it comes to like travel logistics or like my brother's in trucking, and he's got to work logistics. And with the stuff that we do, like Camp Out for Hunger and Keenan's, like there's a lot of MMRBQ. There's a lot of logistics.
A lot of logisticosity.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one on this list is physician.
So Dr. Mike is he loves what he does.
Yep.
He's that's why he's the greatest doctor because of that. He is engaged and he adores it. Now there's obviously with anything that you love, there's down stuff to it as well.
Sure. Yeah.
But yes, he is a completely engaged, fulfilled, realized human.
But I see, I associate some of these jobs like IT and like a physician with stress. And how can you fully enjoy it if you're always stressed out?
I think so it depends on how you process that stress. Is it a challenge?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Which I think that's the way Dr. Mike sees it.
Right.
Solving the problem.
Yeah.
And going
I'm
through
going to get this finger in there.
Going through the puzzle pieces.
I was in his office yesterday and I had some blood work done, and it comes back pretty quick.
Yep.
And so I said to him on the phone, we spoke on the phone last night, and I was like, now as soon as, because some of it was already coming in, I go, as soon as it's all back, I go, you'll call me? He goes, no, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it fester, and whatever the problem is, we'll just let it wait a few months. He goes, of course I'm going to call you back. A dumb question.
I love him.
By the way, the opposite end of the spectrum, the unhappiest employees in the study are mail carriers.
Did you say male dancers?
No, mail carriers.
I hate it.
Mail what?
Male dancers.
Oh, mail dancers.
He's grabbing at my nuts.
I know somebody that was a mail carrier in Philadelphia, and they can't do this anymore because all the trucks have trackers on them now. But dude, he would get his route done in 2 hours and then go and play golf for the rest of the day.
Ooh.
And then yeah,
When
know,
did that
right?
end?
I
With
think
the trackers?
with the trackers in the truck.
The other ones on the list are pharmacists, security guards, paramedics, and hairdressers. Round up the top 5 jobs that make workers unhappy.
Oh, unhappy.
Unhappy.
So
yeah.
hair's I always I look at Angela Perfetto's Instagram and they're having a great time.
Well, that really
That's
is
Instagram.
That's Instagram.
No, but you walk into that salon and
they appear dour and down, having a good
that's
time.
what I'm saying. I also think it obviously depends on where you work. They work in a really nice environment.
I
and
go to the hair cuttery. They never seem happy there.
Really?
But yeah, seriously, it depends on the environment.
Do you notice them change as they see you walking up, or is it?
No. I don't think, maybe it's me. I haven't considered that.
Mr. Sunshine's coming, everyone.
You had pharmacists on that list, and this is a public service announcement to anyone who ever goes into the CVS in Wayne, Pennsylvania. Be nice to the damn pharmacists. People walk into that CVS and they are so mean and so impatient, and I've seen it multiple times. And maybe that's why pharmacists ended up on this unhappy list, because people are just jerks, and they have to deal with the retail world and people being jerks in the retail world. But also, it's like an extremely responsible job where you have to make sure that the people are getting the exact medicine that they need. You can't screw that up.
I never piss off a pharmacist.
Shout out to Nick, who is the guy that helps me out at my pharmacy, CVS, on Harleysville Pike. Big time fan of the Preston and Steve show, and he's always in a good mood.
Good.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. They face a lot of jerk people.
Yeah.
Wait, remember the pharmacist in Plymouth meeting that was preying on the teen girl? They arrested her.
No.
Yeah, she had a relationship with a teen girl who was coming in and getting a prescription for depression and anxiety, and
she was parlaying
and
off
it became very inappropriate. Yeah, she was arrested for it.
Ooh, okay. And then let me see. Yeah, security guards, paramedics, and hairdressers. Interesting. Yes, Casey.
No, I was just saying line 1.
Line 1. All right, let me go to line 1, and then we'll move on to something else. I have Jim, who's been on hold for a while. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. I was wondering if you wanted the perspective of an actual carpenter.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. It was number 2 on this list of satisfied jobs.
You guys all actually hit the nail on the head with the problem solving.
It's a carpenter
Wait a
joke.
minute. We
It's
need a
joke.
hang on. Hang on.
You're
We
right.
need
You're right. That's good.
Yeah.
Nail
Now
on the
you can
head.
hammer your point home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That doesn't upset me. I'm quite used to that.
Okay.
I hear it every day. But the whole idea is to take a set of blueprints and order how much material you need, and then figure out how am I going to build these walls? How am I going to install these doors? How am I going to hang these ceilings, put these floors in, put these walls in? It's all about problem solving and being productive in your problem solving. And then when you're done, you get to walk away and say, okay, yeah, I did that. It looks good.
How fulfilling is it to move along and see it in its different stages, to see the realization of something you had on paper converted over to reality?
It really is very satisfying for me. That's one of the biggest parts of the job. And I take my jobs very personal. I tell my customers, when I come to your house and work, your house has now become my house. and I won't do anything here that I won't do in my own house.
That also gives you a reason to root through their underwear drawer.
Yep.
Well, that's happened. But
This bra is very comfortable.
It has to be done to the highest standards, and you have to be proud of your work when you walk away.
No, you sound like my brother-in-law. Same kind of guy. Same sort of. This is he wants. Job one is to deliver what the homeowner or whoever's hired you wants and make that happen. So kudos to you, man.
That's very
cool.
Job one. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. I thought of another topic for another time because we have to take a break. Get ready for Good Money Yet. But what he had said, with he hears it all the time.
Yeah.
We should do this topic sometime, which is what do you never say to someone in their profession?
Right.
The one I got not that long ago was, first of all, a guy goes, "Hey, you still on the air?"
Yep.
Don't start. Don't lead that way. Don't start that.
Yeah.
Still doing that radio
And
thing?
you say, "Yeah, you still doing that radio thing?"
That's the worst.
And another one is, "I don't listen to you. I listen to so and so."
Yeah, yeah.
So that's one that we in this business we understand.
It's absolutely
totally
fine.
get it,
Yeah.
but we don't really want to hear it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like a cocktail hour at an event or something like that.
Right.
We should do that sometimes. I know there are loads of people that are like, "Don't say this to a doctor. Don't say this to a
Your
a
finger must
cop."
smell.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
Can I smell your finger?
Yeah. Who are your patients? Or
Yeah.
I'd like jot that one down.
I will jot that one down. All right. So these are jobs that apparently make Americans the happiest. So if you're in that field, I hope you certainly feel that way. And even if you're not in one of these fields, I hope you get the most that you can out of your profession.
To be honest, I'm surprised by that list.
Yeah.
It was a little different than what I thought we'd like the way Kathy was perceiving it, or monetarily based.
I agree,
but not necessarily.
All right, time to say bye, Presbo.
Bye, Presbo.
Thank you.
Totally Presbo.
All right, we are going to wrap up this particular segment. We'll come back in moments. So we have Bizarre File Stories, and we have your shot at winning $1,000. Good Money It is coming up, so make sure you stay with us. We're looking at video. Look at this, Kathy. It lights up, and it looks like it's under your skin.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Kind of wild.
Well, there's a couple of different ones, Preston. So Chrissy Teigen had one. There was a disgusting one that I think it might have been the trans model had, where it looks like almost like mushrooms growing out of their neck.
Oh,
yeah.
This is just somebody who has a lot of money, so is going to pay them to do this. This isn't going to be a fashion trend.
But you can't.
It's too expensive.
And
Yeah,
exactly.
no, it's not.
How would you pay to get this put on? It's got to be a fairly
And if
elaborate
it is,
process.
it's going to be so quick.
Well, now I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, guys.
Here's our fashionista.
Well, I mean, for the people who don't have that kind of money to spend on a glow necklace, okay? And that's all that is just a stupid glow necklace. What if it was like some sort of like thing that you could insert glow necklaces into, Kathy? Right?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
So you know what a glow necklace is, obviously,
The
right?
things
Like
you
glow,
crack?
yeah, the glow bracelets.
Yeah.
What if it was like just a vessel that was like decorative that you could insert the glow
And make
necklace?
it different colors?
Well,
I see what you're saying.
The
Not-
pitch here, though, is that it looks flesh colored. It looks like you have altered your skin.
You're saying not looking like it's implanted.
not like no, but accessorizing your glow necklace.
Like what Twiggy wore in Buck Rogers.
Here's the audio of her showing it off. Here we go.
My necklace glows like a heartbeat. It moves to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
Oh my God! Shut up!
My necklace glows like a heartbeat.
Wait.
It moves to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
Oh my God. My heartbeat. Wait, Steve, what are you putting in your mouth?
Something to puff. Give me something to puff out my lips.
Give him something. Wait, you need light? Here, hold on. I have something.
Do you have cotton or something?
Tiny flashlight.
wait.
Steve was trying to put a flashlight in his mouth. Not a flashlight, a flashlight.
Yeah, right. We do have those.
Stick a flashlight in your mouth.
Try that, Kate.
Try that.
What do you have? Yeah, okay.
Close to the rhythm of
Wait,
my
this is
heart.
too big. What do you think I am, a Watusi warrior here? What'd you give him?
Do you think somebody told her to say that, or is that all on
Well,
her
I'm sure
own?
she's getting paid for
Well,
it.
I know, but like where they like say it's,
Sure.
it's to your heart.
Close to the rhythm.
My necklace glows like a heartbeat. It moves to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
You look like Bill Murray in where the giant plant when he goes to the dentist. Little Shop of Horrors. You look like
Little Shop of It goes to the beat of my heartbeat. It's right under my neck and it glows and it pumps to the heart of my heart. Glow, turn on my heart light.
It moves to the rhythm of my heartbeat.
Oh my God!
Shut up.
Yeah. Well, this person, Simon Huck, is a conceptual artist, so it's.
I'm a conceptual artist. And I want your neck to glow.
Stop it. Okay. They don't see that outside the bubble.
Right,
the
so
rest of the world is like, what are you doing?
I'm looking at one. Nick pulled this up. It looks like she has feathers growing out of her chest.
Yeah, yes. This is Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nick, do you have the other ones as well?
Kind of cool.
This is no.
That's cool.
She only posted one.
I mean, listen. It looks like studio makeup done for a movie.
Yes.
For a horror movie.
Yeah, a horror movie or
Yeah,
some sort of
fantasy, sci-fi thing.
So why not be like the large singing plant from Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah. So meanwhile,
Seymour?
So Teigen, sported a featherhead breastplate, they called it, while Tan France wore a piece made to look like ruffled skin with bioreactive crystals, and Pajik wore horn-like sculpted shoulders. That's it.
Okay, so the one that looks like mushrooms growing here, if we can get that one, I think it looks kind of really like Casey. You don't like things that look like openings and circles and indentations in a body.
Wouldn't it be awesome for like the socially elite for it to become fashionable to wear like a horn out of your forehead?
Preston,
wouldn't it?
Like the
you're
Hunger
not
Games?
far.
Yeah.
Preston, the bagel thing.
Yeah.
The Japanese were doing the bagel implants on the forehead.
But I'd like to see like a rhino horn coming out of their forehead. Oh my God.
Charge.
Rhino. That's so rhino. All right, anyhow, the full exhibit of futuristic clothing-like objects inserted under the skin opens in New York City next week. The entrance fee to even see this stuff is $40 if you want to go check it out.
$40 to see these incredible expressions of self.
Mark, we'd like to put you to work this morning.
Yes.
The greatest host of game shows I've ever met.
Ever.
No
Well,
question.
very kind.
And so we need some callers on the line. And we are each here on the show going to play for a caller. You don't have to do anything. You just got to sit back and let the magic unfold and get ready to win some prizes as we play this.
Preston and Steve present Know the Show on WMMR. Kathy can't go to bed at night if there's anything on the floor. And Steve's got a bunch of Cub Scouts buried in the dirt behind his cellar door. Nick's effeminate. Marissa likes getting text messages with naked pictures attached. Casey boy squeezes pus out of his armpits, and Preston likes eating his own scabs.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have not done Know the Show in a long, long time.
Well, we usually refuse to do it unless Mark Summers can host it.
That is correct. And so the way this will work, the format is that Mark will have a statement that he'll say about each one of the members individually. He'll pick out a member and make a statement, and the rest of us try to answer a question that might be answered by that person. And each one of us, if we get it correct, we get a point. If we answer like-mindedly with the person that's being singled out.
A la the Newlywed Game.
A la the it's the same thing, actually. Yeah. In fact, this is the Newlywed theme music, I think, that we're playing.
We're ripping off everything we can.
Every bit. And if we'll have point totals, whoever has the most points, that person on the phone line who we are playing for is going to win a prize. If there's a tie, we'll give away a couple of prizes. That's the way it works. Mr. Mark Summers.
Thank you. No rehearsal, sight reading. Here we go. Radio legend Preston Elliott, or El Scabo, as the people of his native Honduras refer to him, is a man of many talents who enjoys a plethora of hobbies. If Preston were told he must give up one of his cherished hobbies on the spot and never, ever indulge in it again for the rest of his life, which of the following three would he select? Is it golf, drumming, or cooking? You have 15 seconds to write your answers down. All right, time is up. And we're going to start with Casey Boy. Which one would he give up and never be able to do for the rest of his life?
Wow. This one was really tough. You got to eat or you're going to die. I would say you got to listen to music or you're going to die. So I went with golf.
Casey says golf. Steve, your reply is?
No, I had to think about these as well because I know that he adores golf, and though he's had some issues with his shoulder, drumming, the music is everything to him. However, there are other people who can cook for him, and so I say cooking.
cooking. 2 different answers. We move to Kathy.
I was the same as Casey. I said golf because I know that he has back and shoulder issues, and I think that would be the reason because it would hurt, and I don't think that he could give up drumming or cooking.
All right, so we have 2 golfs, and we have a cooking, and we're moving to Nick.
So I went with, because of the hearing issue, I thought that Preston would choose on a tactical situation to give up drumming for the rest of his life.
Interesting.
Yet another answer, and finally, Marissa.
I think most of the crowd went with, and I went with golf.
Golf, we have 3 golfs.
Wow.
Preston, what is the response?
If I were to have to give up one of them for the rest of my life, I'd have to go, I'm going to say, agree with Steve, I'd give up cooking. Somebody else can make that food for me. And even though I have shoulder and back problems, I still love the game of golf, and I'll never quit playing.
How's your
drums.
putts?
It's good. Have a tug.
Yeah, here, grab the shaft and you tell me.
Nice balls.
Got a couple balls? All right, so
And they're moist.
Steve got the lone point on that one.
Who's keeping score?
Casey is.
And who's our person who's won?
Well, it's going to be a total.
after the
It's
whole
going to be a
game.
total at the
All
end.
right.
So.
Question 2. While Preston is known as a man of the people who often spends his spare time dispensing free croutons to the homeless, he is amazingly occasionally uncomfortable while in a one-on-one situation. Which member of the Preston and Steve cast will Preston say he is least at ease with when he sees them away from the show? Oh, my.
Wait, you got to ask that again.
Okay. So, who is the person?
You can leave out the crouton part.
No.
In English.
In English.
Okay.
Preston is least at ease. He's the most uncomfortable with which one of you when you're away from the show? So if you go to a
I'm
party,
one-on-one situations.
Okay, and he knows all you guys for 100 years.
Yep.
If he came face to face at a barbecue, which one would he feel the most uncomfortable with? That is the question.
Who is he least at ease with away from the show?
You've got 15 seconds to answer this question.
I don't see Kathy writing. Chop, chop, chop.
Marissa, we'll start with you.
All right. I think Preston and Casey have a great bond. Preston and Steve, obviously the longest relationship here, plus Casey on top of that too. Kathy, you guys have the kids together. Nick, you guys have some bonds. I think it's me.
Really?
Yes, when we were out in London, Preston came to see me and my friends. He was there for like 30 seconds, and he was like, I gotta go.
Really?
So I guessed it was me.
Wow, yeah, and you're a little Miss Social Bug, so that's interesting. All right, Nick.
That's funny, Marissa, because I felt the same way about myself. And Preston's been with Steve for so long that I think you guys can talk.
Not in the biblical.
No, to each
sexual.
other about anything. They've done trips together with Casey, gone golfing and whatever. And then I just sort of defaulted to his relationships with Kathy and Marissa. So I'm going to refer to myself in the third person and say Nick.
And Marissa, I'm going to go over there to Casey next.
Yes, we all know that Preston and I share a nice bond with one another. We've had Valentine's dinners by ourselves.
Yes, you have.
We've spent a lot
Shared
of time
D-pics?
with hot tubs together and all that sort of stuff. So I definitely don't think that I'm the answer here. Steve and Preston have a long relationship. Nick and Preston definitely see eye to eye on a lot of things, pop culture wise and stuff like that. So I don't think it's Nick. Marissa, you had mentioned that it was you and your friends, but this question is about singularly and one-on-one. And I think you and Preston have actually hung out and had some good times together as well. One night in particular.
WMMR.
Thanks, Kath. Real quick, before we do the bizarre file, a couple of shorts. If I don't get these in, I'll be way late on them. So this one says, hey, Preston, is from Ashley Stommer. So my fiance, Aiden Costales, is a longtime listener to the show. I'd like to surprise him with a shout out sometime around our wedding, which is October 4th. That's tomorrow. Let me know if you need any other information. No, Ashley, I don't. We need that, and that's it. And congratulations to you guys. There's your shout out. Here's another one. It says, Preston Gang, yoo-hoo. I have been a long-time listener to your show, but mostly via the podcast lately. I was hoping you'd be able to send a shout-out to my daughter, Paige Jurin, for her 26th birthday, October 2nd, and my son, Seth, for his 18th birthday on October 6th, anytime within the first 2 weeks of October, if possible. Paige is moving into a new apartment on October 1st, and Seth just graduated from Army National Guard boot camp at Fort Moore, Georgia on September 6th. I'm super proud of both of them and the kick-ass adulting they're accomplishing. Thank you, guys. You rock, loyal listener from Renee Rhodes. So there's your shout out. And then I wanted to do this butt plug here real quick. This was, I was hoping to get a butt plug or shout out for an event that my wife and I are putting on again this year. Keegan's third annual Touch a Truck. It will take place at Pope John Paul II High School in Royersford on Sunday the 6th from 10 to 2. For anyone unfamiliar with this type of event, there will be various emergency and construction vehicles and equipment for kids to see and interact with. On top of that, there's going to be police canine demos, face painting food trucks, character appearances, raffle for a signed Jason Kelsey helmet, and a visit from Fluffy en route. Keegan's Touch Truck is held in honor of our late son, Keegan, who passed away suddenly and unexpectedly in October of 2021, just 6 days after his first birthday. And on the day, what would have been his first birthday party, despite extensive investigation and testing, his cause of death was never able to be determined and has therefore been classified as sudden unexplained death in childhood, or SUDC. This event is a way to give Keegan the birthday party that he was never able to have. Proceeds from the event will benefit the SUDC Foundation as well as Keegan Cares initiative that we have created at the Adeline Rose Foundation. It provides no-cost grief counseling to families who experience child loss from pregnancy up until early childhood. So that's cool. They said between the two previous events, they've been able to raise over $40,000.
Nice.
Tickets can be purchased day of. We suggest and ask people to buy them ahead of time if possible. Posted on our Facebook page, and you can do a search on Keegan's third annual Touch a Truck. So that is from Bobby Langerfeld.
They want a shard or?
No, it's a butt plug.
Okay.
So we're passing that along. So that is this Sunday at Pope John Paul II High School in Rofo from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All
So I
right.
want to make sure we highlight it.
The information's up on PrestonandSteve.com if you need it. And I've communicated with this family a bunch over the years. They're great people who have taken a horrible thing and really turned it into a positive. So good luck this weekend, guys.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, man.
No, you might as well just lollygag.
All right, you know what? I'll gag.
Lollygag a bit.
I'll gag my lolly.
Yeah.
And I'll do a couple other
not Presbo
mentions here, and that should take us up to time for Good Money. And I didn't realize it was already 9:58. So here's a shout out. Let's see. Hey, guys, my wife is having hip replacement surgery on the 15th. If you could give her a wet, juicy shout out anytime, I'd appreciate it. She started listening to y'all shortly before we met, and now we both podcast all the time, have inside jokes all the time referencing the show. My name is Brett Long. My wife's name is Kelly. She's the best wife a man could have. As after 8 years of marriage, she still gets up at 3:30 in the morning to make my lunch and coffee.
Wow.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Doesn't need to do that. Maybe that's why her hip's all messed up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, we wish you the best in luck with that. And here is a shout out.
So it's hip surgery. It's not like hip surgery.
No, it's not like cool surgery. Here's another one. I'd like to get a butt plug from Eddie Gallagher, a butt plug or yoo-hoo for this wonderful fundraiser show next Friday night at the Valley Grove at Valley Forge Volunteer Fire Company in Phoenixville that benefits Julia's Grace Foundation. It's a double headliner comedy event with One Funny Mother, Dina Blizzard, and Keith Purnell. And the Julia's Grace Foundation helps children with cancer and their families. So that's pretty cool. It says next Friday, but I don't see an actual date. I don't know if that means this Friday.
No, the 11th.
Okay, the 11th is when that ends. All right, so and that's a shout out for that, or a plug for that. And then I'll do one more. Oh, yeah. Sammy Vile, I mentioned this the other day.
Yes.
I'll do it again because they're doing a Hurricane Helene relief concert on Sunday. And this is Tom Curtis Jr. is putting this together. And it will be at the Sher-e-Punjab in Media, 3 to midnight. Loads of local artists, he said, including me. This is Sammy Vile, by the way. And you can make a donation at the concert or send it via Venmo. Send it via Venmo to @TomCurtisJr. Payment description is Hurricane Helene Relief, and all proceeds go to Samaritan's Purse. So I wanted to mention that. All right, we can now do. Case, can you give me the Good Money It intro, please? And then I will have your chance to win $1,000. Here we go.
93.3 WMMR Philadelphia. It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
All right, and the word is style, STYLE. You have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter that. 3 ways for you to do it. You can do it through WMMR.com, the MMR app, or you can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. One random entry wins $1,000 in our company-wide contest, and each winner gets a call from Beasley. Make sure you answer your phone. There are contest rules available at WMMR.com. So again, the word is style, S-T-Y-L-E. Enter it now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Bud Light. And you can join Nick tonight, 7 to 9, for the Bud Light Thursday night kickoff at Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Yeah! You can enter for your chance to win a pair of Eagles tickets courtesy of Bud Light. So doctors in Russia successfully removed a large glass jar from a man's bowel after a risky surgery.
What was going on there?
The man had inserted the pint-sized glass during a sexual act. So he didn't say he fell on it or anything like that.
Just fessed up. That's my kind of guy.
Which could have led to...
I put it in my ass. I'm not going to make it flowery. I wanted to get off on it.
I'm sorry, what did you do, sir?
I put it in my ass. Now you're going to fix it or what?
Shut up and fix the thing.
Shut up and fix it. I got a smaller jar.
You think I haven't beaten myself up about this already?
Driving over here, having to pull myself up on the steering wheel. You want to know why? Because I put a jar in my ass.
It could have led to severe bleeding or fatal organ damage if the jar shattered inside of him. X-ray.
Oh, God.
X-ray images, yeah.
That's a pickle jar.
Yeah, revealed the jar had moved high into his bowel. Despite the dangers, doctors managed to remove it in full.
How?
Along with a condom and lubricant. Well, he was
You got to be
practicing
safe.
Yeah.
You don't know where those pickles have been.
Without breaking the glass. Hospital spokesperson Alexei Nikonov
You have jar in ass.
had emphasized.
I'm aware.
Doctors are not, he said, doctors are not the morality police, urging patients not to hesitate to seek medical attention in such situations.
May I recommend shot glass?
Official data shows hundreds of similar cases occur annually. The National Health Service reported 514 procedures for manual removal of foreign body from rectum between April 2021 and March 2022. Experts warn that inserting objects into the body can lead to serious risks, including puncturing the bowel and death. And it is a bit disturbing that they have to give that warning in the first place.
I have to imagine that when they pulled that out, the suction must have made his cheeks cave in a bit. Right?
Maybe.
Because, like...
But here's the deal. Something not made of glass.
Yes.
There are other things.
There are absolutely other things.
You know, an old coffee can.
Yeah.
Something like that.
A tire iron.
Yeah.
All right. Who likes a glass dildo? You know, like that's a thing.
It is a big thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. It's all the rage.
Is that ever dangerous?
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Here is a story of a traveler who recently criticized Air India.
Just curious.
After reportedly asking for a friend.
Are glass dildos dangerous? It's either that or I'm putting a jar up my ass.
Asking for a friend.
Just putting that out there.
So anyhow, a traveler recently criticized Air India after reportedly finding a dead cockroach in her in-flight meal. Suyesha Savant, who flew from Delhi to New York on September 17th, called them out this weekend on social, saying, "Found a cockroach in the omelet served to me. My 2-year-old finished more than half of it with me when we found this." And she added pictures and video to her post and also mentioned they suffered food poisoning as a result.
Okay, when you hear the cockroach in the food, don't you? My first, maybe it means to be overly cynical. I think of that old trick of putting a bug
it in there,
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you're on a flight where you've already paid for the food.
She shared another video detailing the plane's filth, mentioning waste bottles in seat pouches and unclean conditions. When she alerted the staff, they dismissed it as a mistake. And an Air India spokesperson confirmed awareness of the
Maybe
incident.
offer you a glass dildo.
Saying they're investigating with their catering provider to prevent future occurrences. This follows recent scrutiny over Air India's cleanliness, with another passenger describing a first-class experience as, quote, the worst I've ever been on.
That cockroach was clean.
All right, how about this, man? A British clergyman died last Thursday, after a night of sex and drugs with a Belgian priest at a clergy house in Belgium.
What kind of retreat is that?
The 69-year-old became unwell, and emergency services were unable to resuscitate him. Woo! And according to the report, the prosecutor's office said it appears that the two men had used ecstasy and poppers together and had sex. 2 ecstasy pills were also found.
So this isn't an orthodox faith. this is a little bit more progressive.
I don't know. I don't think even the progressive ones should be doing this, but
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they're Orthodox and they hide this part of their life. The Belgian priest has been arrested on drug trafficking charges, and an investigation is ongoing to determine the exact cause of death. Wow. All right, and then we'll do one more story. A bomb unearthed by a construction crew is thought to be more than 50 years old. According to Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, it was found by a construction crew. The bomb has since been removed and is being disposed of somewhere safe. I mean, we had this story earlier about a World War II bomb exploding at a Japanese airport. Listen to this. This was a 5-decade-old bomb. And what was it doing in the area? Well, it was thought to have been from the 1973 Roseville Yard disaster when 18 boxcars of munition for the Vietnam War were passing through Roseville. The president of the Historical Society, Larry Fritz, said, according to the official report, they can't say what happened for sure, but they think one of the wheels of the boxcars overheated and set the train on fire and set some of the bombs off, and it was a chain reaction.
So this bomb would have been aware of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes, because it's from 73. Yeah. The sheriff's department hasn't confirmed the bomb's origins, but Fritz forwarded a photo of the bomb to his friend who worked on the cleanup efforts after the explosions in 1973, and he confirmed, he said, yes, that is one of the bombs. Fritz himself lived through the explosions. He says roughly 1,200 bombs were set off over the course of a day and a half.
Wow.
And fortunately, no one was killed. However, there were dozens of people that were injured. So they think this is one of those leftover bombs from that. Pretty wild.
It's staggering how many munitions have yet to be discovered from the wars.
Yep. And that is what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, you have about 7 minutes or so left to enter the word style. You have until 15 after the hour for Good Money It, so you can do it through WMMR.com, the MMR app, or you can text it to 45911. But the word is style, S-T-Y-L-E. We want you to win that money, so come and get it. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Singles mixer or something like that. You guys went out for entirely too long of a time.
Pitcher's Pub.
Yeah.
I need to know more details.
So I had to go with Kathy on this one.
Wow. All right, we're going to go to Steve.
All right. Now, we have had a long relationship, Preston and I, and it's we, till death do us part, love Preston dearly. And we have there's a certain relationship we have that I don't think anyone can define. I think, like Casey, you and Preston share more in common than do we, Preston and myself. Mm-hmm. So I think everyone here has something more than I have, at least in that level. And I think we sort of keep a lot of what we share
for the studio,
for the
right?
show.
Yeah.
And that's why I said me.
Okay. Yeah. But that makes sense. I get that. And finally, Kathy.
So, like everyone but Casey, they chose themselves, which is also what I did. I thought it was me.
Wow. Isn't this telling?
What does this say about me? You guys all think I don't like you.
No. It's not about not liking.
I think it's like everyone else better.
Yeah. So tell me, Preston.
All right. I'm going to tell you with an explanation and a follow-up as well.
They don't have that much time, so...
the guys are off the hook because I am more uncomfortable with attractive women when I'm alone with them. So there's that. And
what are you saying?
we have two beautiful women that work here, even though they're very, very good friends of mine. That doesn't change that fact.
Right.
And this person that I would feel I'd have to say, God, it's not that I don't feel uncomfortable with any of you. No, but having to choose, having to pick one. There's one that I kind of seek approval from because she's so great at what she does and a perfectionist in this business, and it's Marissa.
Wow.
So it's important to me what she thinks of me, and so therefore I would be a little nervous. Now listen, about that night in London, I'll tell you what it was. I showed up, you had all your friends there, you didn't introduce me to any of your friends, and you didn't say who I was, and I was kind of mad about that.
Wow. The truth comes out.
Yeah, if we're going to be totally honest, that's why I closed down.
And it nagged at him for months.
Till this
Marissa.
very moment.
Oh my God.
No.
How
could you?
And waiting in the waiting room is a therapist to work with both of you.
I'm sorry,
Dr.
Preston.
Joyce Brothers.
I guess I didn't want to be like, hey guys, this is Preston.
But
you guys know Preston.
Your lack of decorum has won you the point. So there you go.
There you go. Nice job.
Thanks.
We're moving over to Steve Morrison right
We'll
now.
hug later.
All right. A little known fact about the enigma that is Steve Morrison is that his great-grandparents on his father's side lost their lives to Titanic, both having choked to death on Twizzlers during a matinee showing. With that in mind, if Steve was Rose from the movie Titanic floating on that door with room for only one member of the Preston and Steve show, who would he save?
Wow.
Man.
All right, 15 seconds to write your answer down. That's hysterical.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was easy.
That was easy, huh?
That was easy.
I wrote it down right away.
Oh, I can't wait to get there. Okay, we're going to start with you, Kathy. Who is it?
Okay, so after today's conversation, if we were on the Titanic, we would have had to pack in suitcases or in a hotel room, a little tiny hotel room you have to share with somebody. We had no idea that this was going to go down. So he is going to save me for sure.
Oh.
Great reasoning.
Wow. I like the part about going down. Steve.
I'm last.
Steve.
He's
last.
Yes. He goes last. So
That's right.
Yeah,
Nick, I'm sorry.
I'm going with basic math here, and Steve is going to need more room, so I'm going with the tiniest member of the Preston and Steve show, Marissa, so they can both fit on the door.
Wow. Okay, Marissa, we'll go to you.
Well, the true Steve Morrison would actually give up the door and let two other people
very
go.
nice.
That's
You're right. Oh, my.
She's right. Because this is a hypothetical, I also agree with Nick, and it would be me just for size reasons. That's it.
Size matters. Okay, Preston.
Okay. This might be a little selfish, but without Preston, there ain't no Preston and Steve show. And we still have a future to think about after this horrible tragedy. Well, I'm saying me.
All right.
Yes.
Casey?
So I would think like right after everybody got rescued, Steve would go back to work the very next day, and it wouldn't sound good to have the Casey and Steve show or the Kathy and Steve or Nick and Steve and Marissa and Steve. It can only be Preston and Steve.
Yeah, Robin Preston's dead, so that wouldn't work. Okay. And finally, Steve.
All legitimate reasons, but I had to break it down on survival, likeliest to survive in the situation. Both Kathy and Casey are swimmers. Casey has saved my life here in the studio, but they are both capable swimmers. Preston is very resourceful and could survive, I think. Nick as well. And for the person I think who would be in the most dire situation vis-a-vis their size and lack of insulation, Marissa.
Wow. Just because you guys would all be fine on your own.
Not to dismiss Nick's point of extra elbow room on the door.
Nick and Marissa.
Nick and Marissa both answer.
Yeah. All right, what's the point total so far, Case?
I think I have Marissa has 2, Nick has 1, Steve has 1.
All right. Though if we were packing the way we do talk about, Kathy would have a certain edge.
Steve's love for the world of movies is exceeded only by his love of the world of porn. Disregarding the porn movies, what will Steve say is the one movie franchise he could not and would not live without?
Oh.
15 seconds. Boy, you all seem to know this pretty darn quick. That's interesting. We are going to start with Marissa.
All right. There was an obvious answer, but I didn't go with that one because I'm guessing most of you guys went with it. So I'm just going with Batman.
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 Very nice.
Okay.
Casey, what did you say?
Oh, I went opposite because there have been so many. I know that you love Batman, but you want to have sex with James Bond.
James Bond. Preston.
Kind of the same thing. I know there's so much. Although Connery was his favorite, and Roger Moore did a whole lot of those movies, but I still think he's got a huge fascination with James Bond.
All right.
Yep.
Nick? Marissa, your answer made me think twice, but I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to go with James Bond as well.
All right.
Kathy?
I just said overall Marvel.
That's a good point.
So Steve, the answer is
James Bond.
there you go. Yes. What is your fascination with Bond?
Since Bond, my father took me to Dr. No when it came out when I was just super young, and there have been many movie franchises, consistent franchises that have influenced my life, but Bond has been, marathon after marathon after marathon has been just at the core of my life.
Favorite Bond
Batman
movie?
is my... Whoa. Okay, so the one that is the quintessential is probably considered Goldfinger.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And my favorite, Connery's my favorite Bond, followed by Daniel Craig, followed by...
Daniel Craig, really?
Right, followed by George Lazenby and Roger Moore. Roger Moore has 2 good Bonds, would be 3, Live and Let Die, For Your Eyes Only, and Spy Who Loved Me. And Timothy Dalton. They're all good. They're all good.
Yeah, all right. So where are we here now?
Casey.
Whoever you want to go to.
Casey.
All right.
We're going to do the list of show legends regarding Casey is long and in many cases embellished, including things such as him saying bubble scubosis instead of multiple sclerosis and being terrified of his home thermostat. This is the first time I'm reading this stuff.
I never said multiple scubosis.
That's it. It's her saying. It's a false legend.
Which embellished legend about Casey will he say he would love to have go away once and for all? 15 seconds.
Listen.
What embellished legend about Casey will he say he wants to go away and never brought up ever again?
I predict everybody is going to get this one. This is going to be a 5 for freaking 5 here.
We're going to start with Steve.
There's even in writing this question, I knew it might be a gimme, but we had to go with it just to give Casey the chance to dispel some rumors about himself, including bubbable scabosis and his thermostat. Ranch dressing.
What is it?
His love of ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing. Okay, very good. Kathy.
Yep, love of ranch dressing on pizza, all ranch dressing. He loves it.
Nick?
Ranch dressing.
Oh, my, this is me. Marissa?
Because he didn't invent it, ranch dressing.
Preston.
Ladies and gentlemen. Foo Fighters on 93.3 WMMR. Everything that rocks. It's 17 minutes after 10 o'clock. It is a Thursday morning. And beautiful day today. Or fairly beautiful. It's kind of cloudy right now, but 76 degrees, nice and comfy. Paving the way for a stunning weekend.
We need it.
Yeah.
I'd say, obviously, we did need the rain as well.
Big time.
We actually didn't get enough rain.
No, that's the weird thing. We got the clouds and we got the mist and all that, but we didn't get the actual numbers of inches of rain that we needed. So we got all the gloom and none of the glory, unfortunately. But that's whatever, man. Hell.
Mother Nature's a fickle bitch.
Today has been a goofy day, has it not?
Yeah,
I usually don't use the word goofy that often.
We're wacky. We're zany. We're
zany, wacky, kooky, all that stuff.
Has that been on a shirt? Hell, because we say it a lot.
No, it was from my. It originated from my dad, I believe. But yeah, we should have that.
Hell. Because even Pierre says it.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
His should say, "Oh dear."
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh man, and now I have a question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, this has we're going to get into it because the way I just said that now, Pierre's, oh dear. He does it very understated like that. When I receive news that is kind of bad news, like say someone has passed, and I get the information via text, so it's not someone that's like super close to me, but someone that I'm concerned about, maybe a public figure or something like that. I will just write, oh man, with a period, not an exclamation point or big yelling, because I'm trying to state a more flat kind of, oh man, a more demure response. Does that read right when people see that?
It's better than mine, which is yippee. I think, and that doesn't because I'm sad, but I think that's the wrong word to use.
Because a friend of mine texted me about a mutual friend of ours whose father passed, and I just wrote, "Oh man," period. I'm like, sorry to hear that.
Oh man, or sucks, or
I think the period
but not oh my god! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll read text with periods differently.
But does that come off right in a I'm concerned, or is it more like, oh man?
I almost Preston. I would almost think that.
Really?
Yeah.
I think if you have the period, it's oh man. But if it's without the period, it's oh man.
I write
add a question mark.
Oh man. AW.
Oh
man.
Right.
Hell.
Oh hell.
That's applicable as well. I mean, listen, if it's somebody they know what your intent is. You're not being dismissive or derisive.
I just got one of those the day before yesterday, and I was like, I wonder how that reads on the other side.
Hey, follow it up with, if there's somebody reports a tragic death in the celebrity world, write it and then write, how did that read?
Yeah.
I was trying.
How does that make you feel?
I was trying to fake compassion.
Right. Okay. Anyhow, another time. We'll talk about it more extensively. But I have a lesson question, and we are going to give away, let me see here. We have a $50 point card to Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks, PA. And I think there's only one question we can go with, and what does G in G string stand for? 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you know the answer. What does the G in G string stand for? We mentioned it not that long ago, about an hour ago. 215-263-WMMR. Call right now.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, we'll get stories from Steve. What's up this morning, man?
Well, longtime couple Samantha Ronson and Cassandra Gray have called it quits. Said Ronson, quote, rather than beat around the bush, I got tired of beating around the bush.
Oh, my God.
R. Kelly's daughter, this is wild, Joan, describes the nightmare of learning about her father's depravity in a new documentary film. Amazingly, R. Kelly fully supports his daughter's movie, but with one complaint, not enough piss.
Oh, geez.
And finally, TMZ reports that MMA fighter Paige Van Zandt will compete in the next international Power Slap competition. The pay-per-view event is promising coverage so close you can feel the brain damage. Yeah. And that's your Hollywood Trash.
On IT, to the phones we go. What does the G in G string stand for? And we have Marissa, our first caller in, so let me go to her. Hi, Marissa. Good morning.
Good morning, it.
Good morning to see you. Marissa, what does the G in G string stand for?
Gina.
Gina, yes. Very good. Hang on, Marissa. $50 point card to Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks, PA. Arnold's is this week's big friggin' deal. You can get two $50 point cards for the price of one, and you can enjoy go-karts, mini golf, bowling, and more action-packed excitement at Arnold's. And you can get this exclusive offer while supplies last at WMMR.com/deals.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Ah, hell, I left it in the other room.
Man. What color? What color?
It's a red paper clip. It will either be on the file.
Got it.
Okay, it'll either be on my file system or just sitting on the desk.
Oh, man.
hell. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
man.
it's, oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Like sniper. Sniper, no sniping.
Oh, man. Sniper, no sniper. That's right. I forgot about sniper. Marissa's never going to find it.
No?
Are you sure? Marissa, we challenge you.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be
All
right back.
right. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
He's very precise about his color coding, and so I'm surprised he would not have it in here. But it happens to the best of us. Let's see. What if he's lost it completely?
Well, that's happened before. He's left everything at home.
I remember that one. That was pretty funny.
Remember when Kathy lost your keys? Kath, where were your keys the whole time? The keys for the building?
They were in my purse.
That's
So
the
they
worst.
actually were never lost.
But the problem is they never go in your purse, and
Yeah, I
that's
don't
why.
normally keep them there. So
Yes.
I did a quick look and I was like, they're not in here because I don't keep them in there.
The trick is the repetition of where
Yeah,
you
they
put
were.
it.
What are you guys talking about?
About losing things, and Kathy had lost something in her own purse.
Oh, my God. I never, ever go into Rochelle's purse.
No, you can't.
Oh, my
You can't.
God. Yeah. Hey, you grab my keys for me?
No.
No,
You
no,
got
I'm
it.
not. I don't have 45 minutes. So you mind doing that yourself? Oh, I hate it. All right, I found it, by the way.
There you go.
All right, so we'll start with this. Eddie Vedder had a very special duet, and we will have audio of this, Casey, with his daughter, Harper Vedder, on at the Ohana Festival.
My daughter.
The Pearl Jam member and Harper performed a mashup of Taylor Swift's The Best Day and Pearl Jam's acoustic cover of Wayne Cochran's Last Kiss. Though she was a little nervous at first, she gained confidence and went toe-to-toe with her old man. The audience cheered on the duo, who shared a sweet shoulder bump while performing. So let's play a little bit of that audio. We ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
And we drive until we found a town far enough away. And we talk and window shop till I forgot all their names.
Oh,
It's adorable.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
cute.
voice seems pretty good.
Any idea how old she is, Nick?
18 or 19, and she's a fascinating person. Remember last year, the year before, I think it was Matt Cameron got sick, and they ended up like subbing in a few different drummers that were random from other bands.
Yeah.
They were found because of what Olivia, her connections in the music world, and it's cute to me to see Eddie being such a great dad.
Oh, this is Harper, by the way.
This is not Olivia?
This is Harper.
Oh, I'm
better.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
She's an idiot.
Harper and Olivia are the two daughters, and they're...
Something about it.
He likes that.
So here's Eddie Vedder, who's praising Taylor Swift, and life is good, and the family's intact. And Dave Grohl went after Taylor Swift. And,
he went after Taylor Swift?
A little bit, yeah. Talking about live performing and whether there was voice tracking going on.
Yeah, he was throwing her under the bus a little bit. And it was... Steve, the other thing about the Dave Grohl thing, which kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, it was completely unprovoked.
It was unprovoked.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
When? 2 months ago, 3 months.
Yeah.
This tour, this summer.
He was going, it was a tongue-in-cheek. He wasn't going, that whore. He was saying, oh, you're going to get this real rock and roll. You're going to get, at least you know it's really happening.
But it was unnecessary.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very unlike him.
Look what happened, though.
I blame that slut that he's...
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
He's the slut.
Yeah.
So Oasis has announced even more shows for the North American leg of their reunion tour. They only have 5 shows listed, and now they have 4 additional shows, so 9 total. The new shows are actually additional shows at previously announced venues.
Okay, they're adding dates on.
Yeah, in Toronto, East Rutherford, L.A., and Mexico City. Chicago, meanwhile, still has just 1 night planned so far.
That'll change.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have any interest in checking this
not
out?
really, no.
I do like them. I do like the songs that, the hits.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that. No, I don't see that, especially in a stadium setting.
I've seen them before, and they're good.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm. If they came to Philadelphia, I think I would. I don't think I would go up to MetLife. I just like the idea. Like, don't look back in anger. I love the idea of the whole crowd singing together. I love that.
And it's certainly their own personal philosophy.
Yeah, right? So tickets go on sale noon tomorrow, by the way. So, and there you go. That's the last item I have in music news for you. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll wrap up the show. Of course, get you a letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize. Really good one. Involves 20 people going to an event. We'll see what Jackie's got in store as well. So stay there. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
And we will go to the gentleman himself.
It's not my go-to, okay, guys? It's not my favorite dressing.
What is it about ranch dressing that you like?
It is actually pretty yummy with pizza.
Do you have the isolated audio of just you freaking out anywhere, Kay, so we could play it for Mark, just so he has an idea?
I don't know. You know what?
We don't have to play the whole thing.
The crowd loves that idea, Preston.
See if wait, hang on a second. It's recording. All right.
Yeah, why did that happen?
Yeah, there was a moment on the show where we brought up the fact that Casey was dipping his pizza in ranch dressing.
Thank God it was a pizza.
And yes,
there was a question as to whether that was calorically wise.
Yeah, here we go.
Can I make a suggestion without being insulting?
Yes.
Try pizza without ranch dressing.
Listen, you a-holes. When was the last time you saw me with ranch dressing?
Okay, can I
And by the way, I don't always eat pizza with ranch dressing! I didn't invent it! It is something that I tried, like, within the last year! All right?
Okay.
Drop the friggin' ranch dressing! Drop it!
I will say this. I have seen you eat pizza at last 6 or 7 times.
Hear a little bit more of this.
Without dressing.
Did you say 6 or 7 times?
Well, I have not seen him have dressing on his pizza in quite a while.
And it's not something I invented. It was like I tried it because I saw a girl with a nice frame. As a matter of fact, tried I'm like, ranch dressing on your pizza. All right, I'll try it. And then I did it like 6 times. And next thing you know, I'm making ranch dressing pizza sandwiches or something. Shut up!
It's still just as funny.
Oh, my. I've never heard you so whacked.
Can I get a point for that easy question?
One of my all-time favorite moments on the show.
We need to move on. In many ways, Casey is sort of an ongoing lab experiment producing flatulence at an alarming rate. Who will Casey say is the one show member he takes the most joy farting in front of?
Oh, my
Joy?
God.
The most
Joy. And you don't end a sentence with a preposition, by the way. But who does he enjoy farting in front of the most? Gee whiz.
All right.
Got it down there? You're in? Everybody's in? We're going to start with you, Preston.
Now, initially I was going to say me, but I don't think that happens anymore because I'm disgusted by it. It bugs me, and he will do it sometimes in front of guests that we have in here. Out loud.
It's the
and
ranch
I'm like,
dressing.
dude, come on, stop it. And oh my God, Mark, some of them are just deadly. But I think he gets a kick out of actually doing it in front of Kathy more than anybody else. I think he finds that funny, but that's my guess.
Marissa.
That was my initial guess, Preston, was Kathy, but I thought he actually, like, deep down gets embarrassed to do it in front of Kathy. He knows I get mad at him when it happens on his way into the studio, so I figured the only person that might giggle at it was Preston.
Okay.
Okay. Nick. I think because it pisses her off so much that he's going to go with Kathy.
And Kathy.
It's so disgusting. It's so awful. Yes, he does do it when there's guests in the studio.
No, he doesn't.
It's the worst smelling thing ever. It's awful. It's so stupid. It's childish. I hate every second of it. But I think that he gets a kick out of Preston's response at how angry it makes me. So I went with Preston.
Oh, there's an interesting look at it. Steve?
I'm going to echo Kathy's sentiment and say Preston. Yeah.
All right, Casey.
I will have to say, because he's not an official member of the show, but an honorable mention goes to Chuck. I mean, if he were going to be a part of this, I would say Chuck D'Amico, because Chuck...
He laughs at you.
He loves this. He says that my farts have personality, and they do. But I absolutely love farting in front of Preston.
I would have thought Kathy.
Yeah, no.
Kathy.
Even like when he gets mad, like when they're like silent ones, sometimes I sit there and I just wait for him to smell it.
Well, I'll just
sit next to each other.
So Mark will be sitting here, and I'll see Preston start to go.
Sometimes, I have Lysol back here.
Oh, my.
And Preston will just be in the middle of talking, and there'll just be a little...
I'll just do that. Oh, my God. I'm learning more about this show.
I really do go into like other rooms. If we have guests in the studio...
You've gotten better.
Yeah.
You've gotten better. What are the totals on the points so
I can't
far?
remember who answered Preston on that one.
Steve did.
I did.
And Kathy and
me.
Marissa.
Kathy.
Yes.
All right, so Marissa's now in the lead.
4.
With 4. Steve's got 3, Kathy's got 3, Nick's got 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kathy is our next subject.
All right.
It's not a stretch of the imagination to say that if Kathy Romano had written the musical Rent, we would not be singing Seasons of Love and instead would be singing Seasons of Activities.
Yes.
Fall, winter, spring, or summer, which season will Kathy say yields her favorite time-killing, energy-sucking activities?
Oh. I got it.
That's a great question.
Will Kathy say yields her favorite time-killing, energy-sucking activities? Is it winter, spring, summer, or fall? And we're going to start with Steve.
This is sort of a tough one, but I know that Kathy and I share a lot of the similar loves of the various holidays. And now while Christmas is a
That's why
money...
you should have saved me on that ship.
Christmas is a money shot. I think, though, the stuff that happens around fall, between Thanksgiving and Halloween...
all that stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff, and all of the access to it is
and
something.
with an 8-year-old, you're busy doing. Yeah, I got it.
Right.
Okay.
And
Nick?
all that stuff.
Yeah, I think just because I think it's your favorite time of year that you love the season itself that I went with fall as well.
Ah.
Fall activities.
Marissa.
Because they're so universal, they happen inside and outside, and I'm pretty sure it was your very first list. I'm guessing that. I went fall.
Fall activities.
Preston.
I'll just hit this. Yes.
And Casey.
I'll just hit this.
Fall activities.
And we'll go to Kathy and find out that the answer is.
So although summer is my favorite time of year, I get depressed when summer is over, and the way I get over my depression is through fall activities.
Everybody wins on that one. Wow, that's good.
Cool.
The second question about Kathy on the Preston and Steve Show. Kathy is often playfully painted as a somewhat asexual being who thinks foreplay is laying down a protective tarp. Remind me to tell you Dr. Ruth's story a little bit later. That said, what will Kathy say is an appropriate amount of time for a woman to wait before getting intimate in a new relationship? While we're looking for a closet in weeks.
Marissa and I are going to differ.
This is Kathy. We will allow your answer to be in years.
So we're looking for weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks?
The closest in weeks. Yeah, we're looking for closest in weeks. This is Kathy.
Hold on, I need a calculator.
Well, yeah. So what will Kathy say is an appropriate amount of time for a woman to wait before getting intimate in a new relationship?
All right.
All right. People are writing their answers down. You're in? Well, I don't think so. Casey.
Okay. This is a really, really tough one. I don't think you're as prudish as one would think. But like first date, 1 week, no. 2 week, no. 3 weeks, no. 4 weeks, I think is a nice, safe assumption.
All right, Casey says
about
4
a
weeks.
month.
About a month. Marissa.
I said that Kathy would approve of holding hands after 3 months.
Whoa! Wow.
12 weeks.
Oh, Preston.
I think she's more of a slut than we believe she is. And I'd say Kathy would be cool. That maybe not for herself, but if she were to give advice, I'd say 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That's a short one, yeah.
All right. Steve?
I agreed with Casey, and I think 4 weeks seems about right.
Okay. Nick?
First of all, I can't wait to hear that Dr. Ruth story. And then, second of all, I went with 3 weeks.
All right. It's all over the board.
Wow.
Kathy, are you a prude?
Okay, so I'm going to go initially with when I read this question, what my answer was going to be. And the question is going from one relationship to the next, how long you should wait in between, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
I thought it was after the first date.
After the
how long
first
to have sex?
Getting intimate, yeah.
date, before getting intimate with someone.
Okay, so you meet somebody, how long will it take before you,
Right.
as they used to say, make whoopee?
Oh, all right. Okay. So from the first date. All right, then I need to rethink this because if it was from one relationship to another, I was going to say 24 weeks, 6 months.
Okay.
But I'm going to say, after the first date, and I forget what everybody said, but I'm going to say 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Casey.
And Steve.
Nice. Wow.
All right, so point each.
All right, Steve, you are now tied with Marissa at 5.
All right.
I have 3. Kathy has 3. Preston has 3. And Nick has 4 going into the... Nick, you are stuck with 4.
I'm done.
You're done.
That's right, because Nick is going to... Wait, do we...
We have Marissa as well.
Marissa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
okay, so there's still a chance for everybody.
We'll do Nick. A penny saved is a penny earned is more than just a maxim. It's also what you whisper in Nick's ear to make it.
93.3 WMMR. It's everything that rocks. Everclear. Love that song. 10:38 Thursday morning, and the Preston and Steve Show about ready to come to a close and move on to No Sad Bro Friday mode. A couple things to make you aware of. Nick is out tonight. The Bud Light kickoff is happening this evening at Fireside and Ambler, 7 to 9. These events are great because it's a chance for you to win Birds tickets. You have other things to give away too, right?
Great T-shirts, really nice shirts this year. But somebody who comes tonight is going to win those Eagles tickets, and it's a game against the Jaguars. And Casey pointed out that that's the Kelly Green game, which is really cool. It's November 3rd, I believe. But it's 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. tonight. Basically, we offer up the chance to win these keys. One of the keys that we give away opens up a lockbox. You get the right key. You open up the box. You win the tickets. It's that simple.
I believe, $3.50 Bud Light Michelob Ultra drafts, $5 Kona Big Wave drafts, and $6 Hoop Tea drafts as well. So cool. Some specials as tonight, Fireside and Ambler. We also want to thank Corey Topel for being on the program.
Hey!
From the Paws Mutt Strut, and Steve is going to be there on Saturday, and the weather looks awesome.
Yes, 11 a.m., and it's at the Navy Yard, and you just pull in. You're going to see tons of signs, and Kristen Herman from our sister station, and Sue Serio. Very cool.
Yeah, so heads up on that. So thank you, Corey, for coming by this morning. Thank you to Jackie Bam Bam for being Jackie Bam Bam. He's here.
Man, look, wait a minute. Let me make sure I say this right. Ginas, glass dildos, bombs, and cockroaches.
Yes.
How do I follow that? Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll find a way.
Ginas.
Ginas and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm writing that one down. I'm stealing that one.
All right, well, let's get a letter, man. You ready?
Let's get it.
Here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR. Now, the Daily Letter.
The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter.
The letter I as in institutionalized.
You really You really need to see our YouTube video feed when Jackie gives the letter. It really brings it all together. So
it's a whole mime show. He bats it out of the park. He was showing what someone who was institutionalized would look like.
All right, we are going to give away, by the way, is the letter for today, a suite for 20 people, 4 parking passes, and $1,000 catering credit for Nitro Circus, November 24th. That will be at the Cure Insurance Arena in Trenton. You can experience the ultimate celebration of American spirit with Nitro Circus featuring freestyle motocross, BMX, Big Air, and wild competitions that defy gravity. Visit nitrocircus.com for tickets and information. You have the day, sir. What are you going to do with it?
I have $1,000. You know the dealio. It's 12 noon coming up. Workforce blocks on the docket today. Stevie Ray Vaughan is celebrating a rock and roll birthday in heaven. He would be blowing out 70 candles, sharing a birthday with the Motley one, Tommy Lee. We'll get to some crew. They just announced they're coming to Vegas in April and March. We'll talk about that. And the late, great Benjamin Orr of the Cars passed away in 2000. We'll acknowledge that. And another pair of tickets to see Dirty Honey in our prize coffin.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack. And then I want to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Dunkin'. Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, the official supermarket of the Philadelphia Eagles, and by Leaf Home. They make home ownership easy. Tomorrow is no sad, bro. We'll do it in fine form. We're going to have comedian Joe List.
Oh, cool.
In our studio. Yep. And our good friend Johnny Brazier is coming by, the director of Fun and Games with the Phils, as we get ready for Red October this weekend. It starts. So
unbelievable.
He'll give you the rundown of everything you need to know that's going on at the ballpark. So that is it. We are done. Rage on. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow, friend. Bye-bye.
Preston and Steve.